Excuse me. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Saints of the Most High Yah. This is your pastor, Elder Brother Rufus here, coming to you from the servants of Yah. Let me see if I can fix that a little bit. Yeah, don't need it like that. Yep, okay. Back with another exposing video. Wow. Man, the wicked never rest, do they, y'all? They just don't rest. Thank you for those of you in the middle of the day that thank y'all that have joined me in the middle of the day. We got plenty going on around here, as y'all can hear. We got plenty going on around here. But y'all see the title, Another Widow, not Sister Karen. We have another widow that's been abused by Charles W Dowell Jr. Very hesitant to even want to call him a pastor now, because pastors feed the sheep and they take care of the sheep, and we're going to see a clear indication that that's not the case. That's not the case. So, I have the evidence and I have the receipts, right? And then I also am going to play Dowell's response, y'all. Dowell's response. I got multiple things going on here, so just bear with me, y'all. First off, let me see in the chat room. Let me get 10s in the chats, please, because it's not on my screen. I haven't fixed that part yet, so I have to look on my phone to see the chat room. So let me get 10s in the chat if y'all are hearing me well. If y'all are hearing me good, let me get 10s in the chat. Yeah, I question it, RC Gray. I do. I have to. You know, you want to be respectful, you want to be honorable, but when people make these moves and they still are. You know what? I'm still going to do it. It's just, he's a false pastor. He's a false brother. He's a false preacher. He's a false prophet. He's just false. The Bible just puts the word false in front of it. So I guess he is a pastor. He's just a false one, because he doesn't keep the laws. He doesn't keep the statutes. He doesn't keep the commandments. He'll tell you he does, and he'll tell you that you're not a judge of his righteousness, but the law itself is a judge. And you break one, you break them all. You break one, you break them all. Y'all give me a second. Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me a second. All right, I'm back. I'm back. All right. You know how children get, y'all. You know how children get. So, all right. Looks like we got 10s in here. All right. Looks like we got 10s in here. So y'all can hear me good. Hallelujah. So what we're going to go over today is we're going to go over Dowell's response to the last video we did about I hate to even call them allegations, y'all, because they're not allegations. They're just flat out truth. They're just flat out truth, and we know that he is not going to respond to truth, and what he's going to do is he's going to sow discord. So that's why I put that in the title today, Sower of Discord, because this is just what he is. Instead of dealing with the truth that he coerced and manipulated and pressured this daughter of Zion, this widow, out of her children's inheritance, instead of even addressing that, what he does is try to sow discord between that widow and the community of Elder Brent there in Tennessee, and Sister Sonia. He tried to sow discord amongst them, but unfortunately for him, the Most High had already handled that situation. Apologies had already went out. Forgiveness had already been asked for and granted and received. So you're not going to be able to destroy that relationship. And the one thing that was good about when this sister did decide to leave this wicked ministry, because the audios that we're talking about, for some of you that don't know, is the audios that Dowell put out on his Patreon and tried to charge everybody $100 to listen to it or whatever. I don't know. I didn't go look. People just got the information to me, and guess what? I'm going to let you hear it. So hopefully none of you went over there and paid for it. You should have learned your lesson. You're going to get it for free, for one, and it ain't worth paying for, because it's nothing to deal with the subject matter at hand. The subject matter at hand is that you're an abuser of the daughters of Zion. You're an abuser of the elderly. You're an abuser of the widows and the orphans. And you've been warned sternly, respectfully, in love. You've been warned, but this ain't what you're going to do. You're not going to follow the book. You're not going to follow the book. Hallelujah. And that's just sad. So we're going to go over those. I got 3 6-minute messages. If it's more than that, because somebody was trying to tell me they think it's more. If it is, I'll get that, and I'll get that out to you too. But we're going to go over that. And I'm going to show you, first off, just straight up hypocrisy. I'm going to show you how Dowell been lying to you the whole time. See, he doesn't understand that whenever he puts these audios out, all he does is expose himself even more and more. And he thinks he's being slick with the audios, y'all, because what he does with the audios is he puts them out on Patreon, thinking that he's securing the paid puppets their loyalty to him. But actuality, what he's actually doing is showing the paid puppets that he is the hypocrite that everybody's saying that he is, because they keep catching him in different lies on every single audio or video that he puts out on Patreon over there. See, he puts it out over there because those people pay, and he thinks that those people are with him. What he doesn't know is that a lot of those people over there love the truth. Yeah, they got love for false Pastor Dowell, but they got more love for the Most High. So in time, the Most High is feeding them with knowledge and feeding them with understanding, and they're starting to see the cracks in the armor. They're starting to see the chinks in what he got going on. And in this one, he clearly just showed you how much of a hypocrite and a liar he is, because he said certain things in the last audio he put out, that 4-hour audio. Remember, he was boasting and bragging. I ain't never said nothing to anybody outside of this. Remember in that meeting? There it is. Pastor Rufus is over there talking to the brothers at Georgia. They shouldn't have known anything. He's saying the brothers that are going to be directly affected shouldn't have known anything. I shouldn't have said a word to them about this. But here it is. You're going to find him talking to a little old sister from a whole nother community about it. Even though he told everybody, he didn't say a word to anybody about this. He's a liar. He's a liar. And he's the one that's been going behind the scenes, manipulating people and bringing people together to conspire against. This is why Elder Brent was so mad. But we'll cover that. We're going to cover all that. Let me give a few shots out. Let me give a few shout outs. All right. Let me go back and look. King of Barksdale. Shalom, shalom. Blessings. Lisa D. Bless you, my sister. Shalom, shalom. Sister Doris. Shalom. Blessings, blessings. Hallelujah. Glory to the King. And yes, I did see the videos. I have them. We're going to go over them today. I have 3 6-minute videos that we're going to listen to. Audios, not videos. I'm sorry. Audios that we're going to listen to today. We're going to listen to them. All right. Mama Clay. Good to see you in here, mother. Good to see you. Mama Clay. Shalom, shalom. Sister Rebecca. Shalom, shalom. Blessings. Good to see you in here. Truth sets free. Yes, it does. I'm in agreement. Glory to the King. Hallelujah. Blessings. Good to see you in here. Good to see you. And I called you out already. R.C. Gray. Brother Robert. Bless you, my brother. Good to see you in here. Glad you can join me. I know a lot of y'all are working, so you're going to get to see this a little bit later. This is the time allotted for me today to get it done, because I got meetings after this, and then I got work to do later tonight myself. So this is the only time I could get this in. So most of you may have to catch this later. But hey, y'all already know the drill. Get it out there. Share it with the people. The last video, I appreciate y'all. Let me shout out everybody that shared that video. I saw it on so many different platforms, on TikTok. I saw it on Facebook. I saw it on people's YouTube channels. I'm telling you, thank you, thank you, thank you. The more people see this, you'll see what the Most High gonna do. So continue to share this video. Thank you for liking liking the videos. Thank you for subscribing and all that good stuff. But the most important thing, share this truth. Get it out there so these people can get set free from this tyrannical ruling. Hallelujah. Glory to the King. Life is good. Bless you, James. Brother James, bless you. See you in here. Let me see here. Oh, Brother Brown. Bless you, Brother Brown. Good to see you here, my brother. Praise Yah. Hallelujah. Glory to the King. Elder Brent, the Honorable Elder Brent's in the house. Bless you. Bless you, my brother. Bless you, my elder. Hallelujah. Tony Atkins is in the house. Daughter of Zion, Sister Catherine is in the house. Hallelujah. Ira Ben Amin. Shalom. Blessings. Blessings. Yeah, Daniel, we will probably, Brother Daniel, bless you, brother. Good to see you too. Good to see you in here. Melchizedek, good to see you. Hallelujah. That has done Widow wrong. Yeah, I'm sure he is not. Unfortunately, the Most High warned us through Yeshua that this was going to happen. So it ain't nothing new under the sun, but we still got a responsibility to put this out here to warn the people. Y'all would be amazed at the amount of people that reach out to people like myself or Elder Brent or Elder Jim or Brother Barack, Worship Podcast, people like that, Brother Robert, that reach out to them thanking us for putting out these testimonies, thanking us for putting this information out, because they would have went down the wrong road without having this information, without being able to meditate and discern what's really going on. They would have been messed up. So it's a lot of people out there that are very, very grateful that these videos are out. And see, part of the issue when we came around the straight with some of us old heads that's been around 10, 14, 15 years, there were no videos. There weren't. There was just really no videos out there for you to go to like this. And the ones that were, the few that it was, they were definitely being suppressed. They were definitely being suppressed. And lies were being told behind the scenes to get you to believe their side of the story and not the other people. So, hallelujah, glory to the King. But yeah, if I got time, hopefully, I will definitely have time for questions today. I try to always make sure I got at least 15, 20 minutes for questions. So hopefully we flow through this information and we can get there. Again, the title of the day is called Another Widow Being Abused by None Other Than the False Pastor Charles W Dowell Jr. And of course I have receipts. Of course I have receipts. You know I do. And this man is a sower of discord. His answer to these allegations, I'm going to use that so we can be familiar. I don't believe the allegations, they're just the truth. But his answer to these allegations is, let me smear them. Let me try to sow discord amongst them. Let me get them doing more fighting amongst each other. Well, we learned our lesson. Ain't going to happen, brother. All you're going to do is push us even closer and get more out there. Now, let me say this before I get going, and I'm about to get going. Sister Karen, I'm going to say it to you again. Hallelujah. And I'm sure somebody in my family is going to be reaching out to you soon. I think y'all have already communicated with some, but we're going to be reaching out soon. You need to sue Dow. If you want any chance of getting your money back, you need to sue him. And again, the scriptures give you the right and the justification to do it, because it says you have to use the law for the lawless. This man will not honor the laws of the widows and the fatherless. He will not. You are definitely a widow, indeed, and your children are fatherless. They are. Their father is gone. Now they got a big old family here, and of course they got their father in heaven. But they fit the description of all those scriptures you quoted for Pastor Dow, trying to save, false Pastor Dow, trying to save his soul. And since he ignored it by trying to smear you, trying to make you look bad in front of the Kragos, not knowing that y'all got a loving bond that is not going to be broken by a false pastor, right? Since that's his response, you need to respond as well. And if we need to assist you in that, all it takes is you reaching out. You hear me, my sister? But I'm telling you, if y'all want action, this is what you have to do. I told y'all, these men, guys like him, guys like Randy, they're forcing us to do these measures with them. We would love to be able to handle this behind the scenes. But you see, you've been sending messages since September. We're in November. And you sent out messages in the 1st of September, my sister. Now we're in November. No response to your emails. His response is, "Let me put out a audio that makes it look like you talking bad about the Kragos." What does that have to do with the price of tea in China? What does that have to do with the subject matter at hand? What does that have to do with these allegations against you, sir, which are 100% true? We know you're broke. Hey, guess what, y'all? I'm going to show y'all today from his own words that he's broke. He got a front going on now. I've been telling y'all for almost 2 years. The money has been majorly affected. This is why he is conniving and scheming and stealing and manipulating money from the saints. This is why he's doing it. I'm telling you. And his own words are going to show you that what I said back then is still true today. It's still true today. So let's get going with this. The first thing I want to do is I want to go keep it in order. So we're going to go to this new widow. Now, I'm not even going to use this widow's name. All right. I believe that the majority of you know who this widow is. All right. All of you probably know who she is. We've been talking about 3 different widows that we knew were at Straightway. Right. This is widow number 2. That's what this is. This is widow number 2. Right. This widow lives close to Straightway. This widow you have seen in many, many videos being security and everything for Pastor Dowell's family. This widow showed up on the community every single day to cook for the community, right? What I have is receipts between false Pastor Dowell and an elder trying to beseech Pastor Dowell to take care of the widow. The widow has had to make a request. You hear what I'm saying? The widow has had to make a request because she had needs. That same widow he been bashing lately, y'all. The same one that he claimed will never get married and won't tell y'all the truth, that there was a leader in Straightway, one of the false leaders, one of the false pastors in Straightway, wanted to marry her, and she turned him down. It wasn't that he reconsidered and pulled back his offer. No, she said no. He gave her an offer, of course, of marriage and to move to his community. And she said, I politely declined, which was one of the wisest moves she's ever made. Now you want to call her masculine and out of control and can't control her mouth and blah, blah. You want to talk all about her. But when she was serving you like a slave, you had no problem. You had no problem with her while she served you like a slave, putting in countless amount of hours, 5, 6, 7 days a week for y'all. Because contrary to unpopular belief, you boogers are working over there on the Sabbath. One of the first things the Most High put in my heart is to make sure these sisters ain't working on the Sabbath no more. It had become a burden, the heavy burden y'all put on these sisters, especially the sisters, on the Shabbat to take care of the saints. They never got a day of rest. Now, if I'm lying, sisters over there at Straightway, there's a part of that ministry, come on publicly and tell me. Tell me you get to relax. Now, you can't be part of Dowell's family because, they're not going to do nothing. Dowell going to make sure that they're taken care of, and they got so-called handmaids and women in place to do for him and them. Just like it was when his mother became a widow. When Dad Dowell died, his mother became a widow. She got top-notch treatment, y'all. She got 24/7 around-the-clock treatment, around-the-clock care for her right there on that land. People say, well, that's his mother. Okay. What makes the mother any different than any other widow in Israel? What makes her different? And guess what, y'all? This man got all these wives and people in his family, so-called children of his, and concubines in waiting and all this kind of stuff. But he got the other women in Israel taking care of his mother 24/7. He got the young daughters of Zion taking care of her. He got older women taking care of her. He actually paid a sister to come in that lived off the land. I think they live on the land now, but they live off the land to come in and care for his mother. But then when the widow, the true widow, when her husband died, and this sister been slaving and just working her fingers to the bone for you, when she say, I got a request, let me show y'all what he takes her through. All right? Let me show y'all what he takes her through. And this is just flat out ridiculous. Flat out ridiculous. Oh, my wife trying to show me how to pull up the chat room. She's trying to show me. It's too late, though. I'm on live now, baby. Sister Chandler trying to show me, y'all. It's too late. I'm on live. We'll get it next time. So let me go here to my receipts. My receipts. All right. And so y'all can see that I'm telling the truth. I'll try to put that as close as for y'all can see it. Y'all see that name at the top there? That's a text message. I'm going to read these to you, right, off of my phone. But y'all can see who name that is up there. These are direct text messages he sent when this widow requested money and some help from Straightway. Now, here's a funny thing, y'all. And it ain't funny, but it's ironic. It's evil. It's wicked is what it is. How is it that 3 widows and widows indeed, where their husbands all passed away? See, the book don't get specific and say, well, if your husband died from this, do this for him. It don't do that. It just says if your husband died. That automatically makes you a widow. If they're under the age of 60, they should look to get remarried. If there's someone in the family that could take care of them, put that burden on them and not on the assembly. Well, all 3 of these women were not in that situation. There was no one in their natural family we could give them over to that could take care of them. So that burden fell on the assembly. But I think it is really ironic, and I want y'all to listen to me close. Out of the 3, right? Malia, y'all know who the other one is, and the one we just talked about last, Sister Karen, right? Why is none of them living at Straightway? Why is none of them living at Straightway? As a matter of fact, none of them were ever offered, never given the opportunity to live on the land at Straightway. But Dowell gets up and touts to all of you that he's taking care of the widows and he's doing all these things and they're in good hands and he's propping them up there like he's doing something. No, McNabb has done a good job taking care of the widow. And the other 2 have been taking care of themselves. Because Karen, you bounced around, and the other one lived close to the community, and it's just a single sister, y'all. No children, no nothing. Who doesn't have room in a ministry, on a community, let me say it properly, on a compound for one single sister? So why is none of these people instantly moved on the land at Straightway? You got to ask yourself that. And I've got it confirmed from elders that there was never an invitation for these sisters that are widows to live at Straightway. Somebody should be asking the false pastor, Charles W Dowell Jr., why is that, sir? When you are the pontificator of all pontificators and you're the highest spiritual level on this earth, why is it that these women that become widows and their children become orphans and fatherless, why is it that there's never an option for them to live on the land that supposedly the Most High bless you with? I say it's stolen land now. After hearing everything I've heard and knowing what I know, it's stolen land. It's stolen land. Why is that? Can you explain that to me? 3, not 1, not 2, but 3. Widows indeed. Husbands gone. No more fathers for these children. And there has never been an offer, never been an opportunity for any of them to live on that land. I'll put it up here again just in case y'all thought I'd switch something up. Y'all see the name at the top of that. These are text messages. So that black area is Dowell talking and the blue area is the elder talking. I'm going to read you these text messages. I got about 5 or 6 of them. All right. This is the text messages between false pastor Pastor Charles W Dowell Jr., false pastor Charles W Dowell Jr., and the elder. Y'all can imagine which elder this was. But the widow had asked for some financial assistance. And this is Dowell's response. He says, I don't understand getting $2,000 a month tax-free with no bills except for light and rent. She don't have no money. It makes no sense since plus she does not live on the community. This is not our responsibility. Did y'all hear that? I'm going to read it again because I don't think all y'all was listening close. He says, I don't understand getting $2,000 a month tax-free with no bills except for lights and rent. How she don't have any money? It makes no sense. Plus, she does not live on the community. This is not our responsibility. So this man is telling the elder that he don't know how she can go through $2,000 in a month. He thinks her only bills, living on her own, is rent and lights. What about her water? What about phone and internet? What about gas, car expenses? What about personal hygiene? What about food? This man think that's $500 a week. I would love to see Dowell live on $500 a week. Dowell could live on $500 a day, y'all. Let alone a week. And he's questioning. See, this is what the Christian church do. You give your tithes forever. And then you need a little, hey, I need my mortgage paid. It's $1,200. They want to see how you spent all your money in the last 6 months. And if they see anything they see off, hey, you ain't eligible. You've been a bad steward. You have wasted your money. You should have went out and bought those lattes at Starbucks for those 5 people and spent that $37. Well, it's probably $57. I don't know. I don't go to Starbucks. But y'all understand what I'm saying. That's the scrutiny. Y'all gonna see dollars just like the Christian church. Mind you, this has been a faithful giver, not only of her finances, but of her time and of her energy and of her service and of her labor. Woo! Nobody labored like this widow labored. Nobody. And he's questioning and telling this elder, this ain't making sense because she don't live on the community. She is not our responsibility. Here's where he reveals himself to y'all. Now, mind you, this is going down. This is kind of like, halfway through this thing, y'all, when this went down, right? So we're talking maybe 9-10 months ago, maybe a year ago when this went down. Listen to his next statement. He says, sorry, but given the present climate, this is my stance. Now, he would try to make you believe when he's talking about climate, he's talking about, the people coming and going and leaving Israel, blah, 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 blah. They're talking behind my back, blah. Oh, excuse me, y'all. I apologize. That ain't what he's talking about. I already know. When he says the present climate, and he said right before that, this ain't our responsibility, Dowell is trying to tell this elder, we ain't got money like that. We can't just be giving our money. We ain't got it coming in like it used to come in. I tried to tell all of y'all hit that money first. Y'all hit that money first. This is what took this wicked false pastor into this mode of taking advantage of all these people with money. This is what made him start stealing the elderly, start stealing their inheritance and start stealing their savings. This is what made him start stealing from widows, y'all, and orphans. Because he knew the money was dried up. Y'all did that. Lickety split. Lickety split. So listen to what the elder says, y'all. Listen to what the elder says. Hold on a second. Let me do this. Let me go back over here. And I'm going to check the chat room. I'm going to check the chat room, y'all, because, I got to go back and forth. I got to check the chat room because I don't have it up here. I'll figure that out on the next video, I promise you. But give me thumbs up or something in the chat room if y'all can hear me good. Everything's coming through fine. Before I move on and read to you what the response of the elder was to him. Just, man, there's so many people showing this man love that have really had this man's back, have really been friends to this man, and constantly put the word before him to follow. And he has just flat out ignored it, y'all. So when it's been said that this man has put himself in a seat higher than the seat of Moses, higher than the seat of Yahshua, that he thinks he's the father, it's true. It's true. All right, so we got tens. All right, let's go back now. Remember, he finished off by saying, sorry, But given the present climate, this is my stance. Like, I ain't moving on this. I ain't giving her nothing. She get $2,000 a month. That's enough. See, Dowell's the same one that thought giving Robert over there on a community. He's on 5 acres of land with animals and barns and all this kind of stuff. And he giving him $500 a month thinking, what you doing with that? That's a ton of money. Robert like, we can't even pay the light bill with $500, Pastor. He's got a warped sense of things. Because, see, he ain't out earning no money, y'all. Dowell ain't out earning no money. He just receiving. So he spends freely. I would love to see Dowell try to live on $2,000 a month. Dowell spend more than that in a day, in a week. I would love to see him live on $2,000 a month. He couldn't do it. Not with that big old family. He couldn't do it. They eat more than that. I guarantee it. Okay, here's what the elder said in return. All right, what ought to do here? Get out of there. Oh, come on, elder, pastor. Get out of there. Man, I done hit a button, y'all, and I don't know what it done did. Hold on. Cancel. Because it's blocking me from reading. And I definitely don't want to. Okay, cancel. Let me do this, y'all. Y'all give me a second. Y'all know I'm horrible with this technology crap. Man, there we go. All right. I'm like, what did I do? Why is that not going away? And it came right back. All right, here we go, y'all. Stick with me. I'm sorry. The elder's response after Dowell said that this woman is not our responsibility. She don't live in the community. And then he said, with the present climate, this is my stance. I ain't giving nothing. This is what the elder said. Well, sir, she is a widow in need at this point. I have no idea what her expenditures might be. It could be she has past debt she is trying to clean up, or perhaps some other reason. Listen what also the elder does. He vouches for her. Listen what he says. I don't believe she is irresponsible with her finances. She actually hated to ask. So he's saying this was hard for her to even come. I'm assuming she's never came before. And he's saying she ain't bad with her finances. Then he says this, but I will pass that along. Thank you. Right? So then the response of Dowell is, and I'm going to put this up here so y'all can see. I went to a new one. But his name is still up there. She will either. See, that's what I'm going to start reading. Dowell's response after the elder told him she ain't irresponsible with her finances and she really didn't even want to ask. He says she will either have to move on to a community somewhere, or I will terminate her working/cooking for us. Either way, her present situation will change if we are going to help her. So this woman asked for a little financial assistance. And Dowell's response is she's going to have to commit to go live at a community. See, what y'all don't know is this is Dowell being a little upset that she turned down the offer to be taken care of by Pastor Mir. He's the one that was trying to marry her and move her up to Indiana. See, that would have took the burden off of Dowell. So he's saying if we're going to help her, one or two things are going to happen. She's going to have to move on somebody's community. Now, notice he never said here. He never even hinted at she could move to Straightway. One single sister, y'all. That's a widow. And he's the highest of the highest in the land. He's the pontificator on this earth. And it's not an option for her to live at Straightway? Big as it is? 110 acres? We can't find one room for a single widow? We can't find a room. With all these people leaving your ministry, you don't have any room for a single sister? A widow indeed? Don't say she wasn't indeed, Dow, because she was serving y'all. How do we know? You just said either she got to go to another community so somebody else can take care of her, or I'm going to terminate her cooking. Now, people say, why would he cut her job and cut the money from her so she can go earn more money on her own? because she's a chef. She knows how to cook real good. That's what he's saying. Either I'm going to stop you from cooking here and you going to earn your own money, or you go commit yourself to another community and let them take care of you. The unmitigated gall of this devil, false pastor dog. Are y'all listening to me? Widow number 2. I told you I got receipts. He said she will either have to move onto a community somewhere, or I will terminate her workings / cooking for us. Either way, her present situation will change if we are going to help her. So if you're going to get something from us, we're going to change your situation so you don't ever have to come back and ask for something again. Either you can quit working here, because if the $2,000 ain't enough for you a month, even though you're making less than minimum wage, because that girl was showing up there at sunrise and leaving at sunset. Tell me I'm lying. Cooking for all the saints there. Now you got all these women. Dowell got 4 or 5 women in his family. Why do you have to hire a sister from the outside to come cook? Oh, we didn't need her. I did that to help her out. Blah, 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 blah. No. You did that so your women could be served. So your women didn't have to do it. And again, $2,000, it ain't enough. Especially when you got her showing up as soon as the sun rise, and she probably ain't leaving until after the sun go down. That's how he gets down, y'all. That's how he gets down. So the response of the elder was, yes, sir. That's all the elder said was, yes, sir. Check out this wickedness, y'all. Check out this wickedness. I'm going to put it up here. You can see his name. I'm going to move to the 3rd slide. You can see the black there where it says a widow is not going to tell. See, that's Dowell. Now, he getting offended. He's offended that this widow needs help. Because listen to what he says. A widow is not going to tell us how she will live. If she is going to be under the direction of this ministry, we are not responsible for her livelihood outside of the community. She is not neglected in any kind of way. So what Dowell is saying is, we're going to tell you exactly what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. Right? Or we ain't obligated to you. I'm going to read it again so some of y'all can get it. He says a widow is not going to tell us how she will live. How is this widow telling you how she going to live when she just asked to get some money? She needs some help financially. She just needs some help financially. Even though she shouldn't have a financial worry because she should be being taken care of by the church. He said, you ain't finna tell us how to live if she's going to be up under the direction of this ministry. We are not responsible for her livelihood. We are not responsible for her livelihood outside of the community. Meaning, if she don't commit to move to a community, we ain't responsible. Now, here's the thing. Where was her options? See, that's not an option if a man says, hey, I want to marry you, you can move here, and you don't want to marry that man. That's already going to be an uncomfortable situation. That's why like somebody like Catherine was never allowed to live there, because she turned him down. She turned Dowell down when he wanted to marry her. Ask Teacher Greg. When Dowell wanted to marry Catherine, even though Catherine had been the same size she's been the whole time in the ministry. I thought he don't like us big folk. He sure wanted Sister Catherine. And when she turned him down, oh, now you want to go out here with his girlfriend and make bets on her. I bet she can't lose this way better. Man, they made merchandise of the saints. This is how they look at you when you don't agree with them. This is how they look at you when you don't do the things they want you to do. So bring out some evidence showing that she was offered to live at other communities outside of Indiana. Because once the man proposes to you and you turn him down, that's an uncomfortable situation. Who the hell wants her to go there? And again, don't forget, y'all, this is a single sister. No children, no nothing. And she lives right by Straightway. And never once got the opportunity to live there. She was never offered. She's good enough to serve by cooking for the saints. She's good enough to serve by being security for all of Mother Carol and all your wives. She's good enough to serve on that level, but she's not good enough to live on that land. She's not good enough to live on that land. I told you he exposes himself, y'all. Didn't I tell y'all that? He exposes himself. He exposes himself all the time. And I did this thing again. Man, what am I hitting, Father? Stop me. Help me help myself. Big fingers. Okay. So now I'm going to read to you the elder's response after Dowell went in talking about the widow can't dictate. All she did was ask for some money. How's she dictating? And she going to have to move on some community, not straightway, some other community, and be taken care of. And we ain't responsible for her livelihood. Look at how the elder tries to help Dowell. Look at the love the elder has for Dowell. He says, yes, sir, not trying to be disrespectful, but biblically, there is no provision which would exclude a widow from getting assistance based on where she resides. Yahweh is very particular about the widow and the fatherless and their care. I understand what your point. Thank you. So he said, I ain't coming disrespectful, but biblically, we don't get to determine where the widows live. The Bible don't say they have to come and live under the church and follow all the church rules. It don't say that. You're making this up. He's trying to help him stick with the book so that he doesn't obligate himself in a negative, sinful way. Oh, he's all in obligated wise now. Because now what you're looking at, y'all, this is abuse. This is actually abuse. Don't forget, he's taking in offerings for the widows. He's taking in offerings. And people will say, well, he's giving it to her. He gave her $2,000 a month. Y'all don't know what she had to do to get that $2,000. Where does it say you need to put the widows to work and work their fingers to the bone to give them anything? Sister Catherine, you're right there. Speak up, Sister Catherine.
Yes, sir.
She's cooking. What jobs did I give you when you came here, Sister Catherine?
None.
Did I say, Sister Catherine, you got the bathroom on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Fridays to clean?
No, sir.
Did I tell you, Sister Catherine, I need you to go out there and get in the garden and fix around the pool and trim the trees and cut around the rose bushes? Did I give you any assignments, Sister Catherine?
No, sir.
And any assistance she needs, she has gotten. Sister Catherine told y'all last time she drive the best car we got. No obligation. Why? She's got the greater need for it. That's why. She's got the greater need for it. It's simple. It's just as much hers as it is ours. But this dog, mind you, one sister, y'all, one single sister, no children, no nothing. Been a great laborious asset to you, but she can't move on the community. Tell us why now. Then you get offended when she needs help. And you think you're doing something by giving her $2,000 after she's put in 60 to 70 to 80 hours a week slaving for you. Y'all, this dude, I'm telling y'all, this dude. But the elder threw him another bone, y'all. Said biblically, we don't have the right to dictate if she gets assistance or not. It don't put no provision saying you can only help her if she's living on one of your communities. It don't say that. Because what if you like Sister Karen? What if you like Sister Karen? Sister Karen had a home, remember y'all? Her husband left them a home. What? And she said she was coerced into selling that. She really didn't want to. Imagine if Sister Karen said, my husband left us his home. It's really nice. It's good for our family. We want to keep it in the family. Would Dowell have told her, you need to sell it, give me the money, and live in my community for me to take care of you? And here it is. He did that. When she sold it, he took half the money. And then guess what he did? Made her use some of the other money to pay the bills over there. He put the bills in her name at Straightway Georgia East. She paid those bills. Y'all heard it when I put it out there. She said, I'm not even trying to get the reimbursement for that. I'm not trying to get money back for the offerings and the tithes I gave you. Give me back my children's inheritance that their dad left for them. But instead of dealing with that, instead of addressing that, guess what he does? He puts out a recorded video that I know Sister Karen didn't know she was being recorded, trying to sow discord among her and the Cragos. Well, good thing the Cragos and Sister Karen love the Most High Yah, and they know how to forgive each other. I told you in my last thing that the Cragos still had love for all of those saints that were there, no matter what they did, no matter what they said. Didn't matter. It didn't matter. Man, gotta be kidding me. But that's what the elder did for him. Tried to make a provision for his tail. That's what he did. Tried to make a provision for him. Listen to, and I gotta make sure y'all can see these so that I ain't being accused of putting these together. See, I've been accused already for people's entertainment purposes. You know, that skid mark over there in Kentucky. Randy Robinson. Oh, that's scripted. He wrote that. No, you see it says, that's Dowell right there. That's his text message. That's his text message. This is his response when the elder gives him the biblical reasons why he still should help this widow. He says she is receiving enough funds for her livelihood to be able to take care of her additional expenses. Mind you, this is a man that thinks all she has is rent and lights. She ain't got no water. She ain't eating no food. She ain't got no cell phone. She ain't got no internet. This is all she got is rent and lights. Stop. She ain't got no expenses when it comes to her car. How many of y'all drive your car and don't put no money in it whatsoever? You don't have to pay for your gas. You don't got to pay for your oil changes. You don't got to pay for your repairs. You ain't got to pay for tires. Oh my God, did I go there? This same widow, y'all, I'm sidebarring before I go to what Dowell said fully. The same widow, and I knew about this a while ago, y'all, went to the ministry when the weather changed. Any of y'all ever been a straightway? You know how all those hills are. You got that big steep thing. The weather changed. It started getting super cold, y'all. Y'all know the dew will freeze up. Y'all know rain. It can get really dangerous. Y'all seen straightway shut down from people having to go up the hill to the tabernacle just because the weather got cold. So the weather started getting real bad. And this widow needed tires on her vehicle. Mind you, when this widow needed a vehicle, nobody in the ministry gave her one. Nobody in the ministry went out and got her one. Elder Brent gave her a vehicle. Elder Brent did. He gave her a vehicle. He wasn't even a part of ministry anymore, y'all. See, this lets you know the level of love that we still have for the saints. He was already gone from the ministry, and we heard that the sister needed a vehicle. And he gave her a vehicle. Even though she still was with Straightway. So now she needs tires for this vehicle. And she requests help from the ministry. Actually, I don't even know if she did. I think it might have been the leaders or the elders there that saw what she was going through driving around these ball tires. And they went and said, and now that part I don't know. I don't know if she requested or maybe it was an elder that requested. But a request came in to Dowell, y'all. Y'all going to flip out when y'all hear this. Oh, my God. A request came in to Dowell saying, this widow that's coming here to cook for us every single day, she's coming up and down. She's coming in the dark hours of the day when the sun hasn't risen so she can have black ice and all this kind of stuff. She don't have good, adequate tires on her car. She needs a new set of tires. Can we provide those for her? Not only did Dowell say, no, we're not paying for, thank you, Sister Catherine. I'm hoping y'all wasn't hearing all that chewing going on. The carrot must have been good. But not only did Dowell say no, right? Not only did he say no, the same day that he said no, Dowell sent, who is now called Elder Scott, sent him out that day with his $100,000 pickup, y'all. And guess what Dowell did? Dowell spent $2,000 almost. Like it's a little bit below 2,000, like 1,900 and something maybe, on getting the wheels on his $100,000 truck with the lift on it and the big wheels. He sent it out that same day to get the wheels winterized. So he could spend $2,000 on his truck just to get the wheels winterized. But this widow that's coming to his land to cook for his people, his slaves, couldn't get a new set of tires. And see, Dowell wasn't always like that, y'all. But what I noticed is Dowell does stuff expecting something in return, though. He's not a cheerful giver. When he gives, he has an expectation down the road of you doing something back for him on a greater level. You heard what Brother Barack told y'all on the War Sheet podcast. The man gave me $300 when I first met, but look at the thousands of dollars I gave him after that. Then when he needed him, instead of going and helping Barack and helping him keep his marriage and counseling him and keeping it together, he chose to bash this man and help his wife leave him. I bet Barack want to get that $300 back so bad. What a wicked investment. I remember when Dowell bought tires for one of our vehicles. I had traded that Lincoln that they talk about. When the community came together, we looked at the vehicle that Jamie and them had, it wasn't worth nothing. The two vehicles that Darusha had, we couldn't do anything, or Devlon had, we couldn't do anything with because he had debt on them. And we paid the debt off on those vehicles for him. So at the time, I'm like, we got all these sedans, but we need something big. I traded in that 96 Lincoln because it still had some value and it was paid off for an older Suburban, a black Suburban that we drove back and forth to Straightway as a community. And Dowell saw that thing didn't have great tires. Now, the tires were decent, but he said they need some new tires. So he said, Dowell, get on the phone, call our tire people. So he called up there. Man, a few hours later, we had new tires on there. Now, the good thing is, Dowell ended up getting them back. Because we let Brother Jamie, because Dowell took Brother Jamie. Remember, he was never really living there. Dowell took him because he could what do you call it? He was a carpenter. So he never really stayed at Straightway, Georgia. So he took that truck to move some of his stuff back and forth. And because of how steep that hill was, the transmission ended up going out in that thing. And I said, well, Dowell, good, you can take those tires off because they ain't got but a few hundred miles on them. Take them tires off and put them on something else. And that's what they did. That's what they did. See, he wasn't always like that. But what he always has been is someone that wants to give with a high expectation of a return. That's who he is. That's who he is. It's calculated and it's manipulative. I'm giving so I can make sure I get a ton more from you. Mind you, now I'm going to go back to this text message, y'all. I'm going back to the text message. Remember, the elder told him about the biblical responsibility that we don't get to put the provision on this thing and exclude her just because she don't live in a community. He tried to help Dowell. And Dowell says she is receiving enough funds for her livelihood to be able to take care of her additional expenses. Listen to this. If she cannot manage, then she will have to move on a community in the ministry under a community head. Notice that it's never an option to move to Straightway and be under him. She's a widow. He's saying go to any community and be under any community head, but you ain't living here. You can serve here. You can be armor bearer to Mom Carol and all my wives. You can take care of my children. You can cook all the meals in the world. You can slave and work 60 hours a week for us here. Get out in that garden, butcher these chickens. You can do all of that for $2,000 a month. Then, if you need help in any kind of way, you a bad money manager. Now, let's see you live on $2,000 a month. Now, he'll come up and lie and tell y'all, I don't even spend that much, you lying, dirty, funky dog. I can't wait to get them records so I can show everybody how much you spending. Lying dog. Are y'all listening to this? This is a widow. A widow indeed. Serving, slaving for them. They're at Straightway, y'all. And this man is doing everything he can. If she need any help, go submit yourself to a community. Go submit yourself to a community to get the help you need. We not helping nothing. That shows you how broke Straightway was. And they are. It showed you how bad their financial situation was. Now, of course, he'll come out and try to act like they got all this money in the world. But I don't know. I don't care if they got what looks like a good chunk. He know how fast that money go on a community. Especially with the wicked lifestyle he's living. You know, the elder, he didn't even fight. He said, yes, sir, thank you. Yes, sir, thank you. So then, I want y'all to see this right here. See how it is right there at the top? I couldn't get that additional message up here. I could see that it says gasoline because you got to put premium gas because Elder Brent gave her a Cadillac. He gave her a Cadillac. So she's putting premium gas in it. So she said she's using $60 to $100 a month for gas. I see that part, right? I can't see the rest of it, like what her rent is and all that stuff. And I wasn't able to get that message. But her additional expenses, she got a water bill that she pays anywhere from $45 to $60 a month. Check this out, y'all. She said her grocery bill is only $160 to $200 a month. Who can live off $160 a month on groceries? She had to be getting some other assistance. Had to. See, I think there were righteous people actually at Straightway that probably still took care of her. They saw that Dowell wouldn't do it, so they stepped in and helped her out. Because y'all all know, $2,000, especially in this Trump economy, that ain't nothing. $2,000 ain't nothing. Then she says, look at her biggest bill, y'all. She pays $200 to $300 a month. I'm going to show that so y'all can see it. I don't know if focus in there. $200 to $300 a month on tithes and offerings. So out of the $2,000, she giving $300 of it back to Dowell. Then she's on that show, Sister to Sister. She helps out with that show. So she's paying $50 a month for the StreamYard to be on that show. Why would this ministry not pay for that? Oh, we are in that $2,000 she's getting for coming and slaving like a dog for us 7 days a week. This is the elder. That's in blue, y'all. I want y'all to see that. That's in blue. This is the elder getting these receipts to Dowell because remember, he questioned her fiscal responsibility. He's saying she don't know what she's doing. So he sent it to him, showing him that, no, she ain't being irresponsible. Look at what Dowell's response was. I want receipts. These numbers are not accurate. I told y'all he's a Christian church. Some of y'all thinks because y'all probably been through this. What a Christian church made you jump through hoops like you was some dog with a balloon on your nose. You was some lion with a mane on and a bib, had you jumping through a hula hoop at a circus. You felt that way. And you was only trying to borrow 27 cents from the church. This is sad. His response was, I want receipts. And here's the beautiful elder. He said, okay. Then check this out. Look what he did. He wore the sister out. He said, the elder comes right back, y'all. I want y'all to see it so y'all can see. He said, okay, right? Then he comes right back and says this. I don't know how long later it was. Well, I do, because Dowell responded at 1:12 p.m. and the elder said, okay. At 2:03, so an hour later, this is what, because I'm sure the elder went back to the sister, the widow, and said, can you kind of produce receipts for all this stuff you're spending? This is what she says. He said, after further consideration, the sister, the widow, believes she can make something work, so she won't be needing any help after all. Just beat the sister to death, beat the widow to death to where she didn't even want the help. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I don't even want to tell y'all how much she was trying to get from the ministry, y'all. I promise you, it wasn't thousands upon thousands of dollars she was asking for, y'all. She just needed a little assistance, a little. And this is what Dowell took her through. Now, I'm finna go over to my chat room. I'm going back to the chat room. I'm going back to the chat, and I want to see how many of y'all consider this abuse. When you know what the scriptures say and the obligation that the church has to the widows. I'm using church just so we can be familiar. Everybody, I know how some of y'all feel about that word, but again, y'all know what I'm saying. Assembly church, don't get offended. It's our responsibility, the assembly. The leaders of the assembly of the church are supposed to take care of her. Remember, the Greeks was accusing us, y'all, of neglecting this. So this is common, coming from the scribes and the Pharisees, the false leaders. It's common for a false leader to not care about the widows. Even in the scriptures, it tells you that. Because they were being accused of neglecting the daily administration of the widows. The apples don't fall too far from the tree. Now do we see why we call it abuse? Because here it is. What people say, well, man, I don't know about the abuse. Hold on. Saints are sending money to help them. Why do they have to go work for it? Why, if a saint is taking money and then they're being taught by this dog that they got to set money aside every 3 years to bring to the feast for the orphans and for the widows? And people are actually doing this. Where does it tell you in there when this man gets these funds that he puts that widow to work to earn those funds? When they brought the money and laid it at the feet of the apostle, you didn't hear anybody have to go work to get those funds. When those people gave, the apostle gave it out. He deliberated it out. He gave it out as he saw need. And no one had to, it wasn't no loan. It wasn't no work agreement. You had a need, they gave it to you. I would tell Sister Catherine to testify again, y'all, but she just walked out. Because she will testify to what she was given. No loans, no expectation. You ain't got to work like a slave here. You ain't got to become a sex toy. You ain't got to do that. We have a biblical obligation. And this man said, because of the climate we're in. What's your climate? Everybody's leaving your wicked ministry. You're being exposed. You're broke. Your money has dried up. What's the climate? What's the climate that justifies you still taking $20,000 vacations, going out of the country? Explain. Still building on your mansion. If you can't afford to help the widows, how can you afford to build a 13,200 square foot mansion sitting on top of the hill overlooking the pond with the Polaris out front? How do you live with yourself? You live with yourself by telling the people over on the paid puppet channel called Patreon, she wicked. Y'all don't know what she doing behind the scenes. Show me in the book. I don't care if she was the wickedest thing in the world. She's still a widow. Show me in the book where it tells you to take the provision away if she wicked. First off, she ain't wicked because she's serving. She wicked because she's exposing you by asking for you to do what the book tells you to do. What the people have given you money to do. Don't forget, y'all, the people are sending money in specifically for the widows. People are going to these widows saying, I gave this. I sent him this for you. Did you get it? I'm asking still. Because I don't necessarily know if too many people answer. This abuse? Am I stretching? Or am I accurate when I say abuse of the widows, abuse of the elderly? When you take the elderly savings and you're supposed to do a specific thing with it and you don't do it, and you don't give them back their savings, that's abuse. That's abuse. When you've been holding on to it for years, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, you done had it. Ain't had one conversation with them. They gave it to you to do a specific thing for them, and you ain't done it. When are you giving them back their money? These widows, we have an obligation to take care of them. These orphans, these fatherless children. In my heart, I even feel need to take care of these women that's been abandoned by these crooked so-called husbands that they had. Who else they got? We want to send them back to the world to let the world take care of them? Just like I told Catherine, I cannot obligate you to go out there and take care of yourself. When I read this law, it don't tell you to do that. It tells me to do it. But Pastor Ruth, is she subject to the rules of your house? Absolutely she is. Because she's living under my roof. But in following my rules, guess what it don't make her do? It don't turn her into a sex slave. It don't turn her into a chef. She ain't required to cook no meals for this family. If she do, it's out of the kindness of her heart because she wants to. Like she doing right now. Smell like Mexicano up in here, y'all. You see what I'm saying? No obligation. She can freely give. Whenever she wants, however she wants. Whenever the Most High move on her heart, she can give. And I told you, she's a giver. Anything she sees need, boom. I came here last night. There was food brought in because they had a lot of stuff to do, so it really wasn't a lot of time to cook. They said, "Oh, Sister Catherine, bless us with that." Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I asked them before I left, "Y'all want me to get y'all pizza?" "Oh, no, it's too late. Da, 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 da." I come home, they got pizza here. Y'all getting what I'm saying? Catherine's in an environment where she can spiritually heal, spiritually recover, spiritually forgive, and spiritually grow. I feel sorry for those 3 widows. I really do. Because from what I'm hearing, none of them are in a position to grow spiritually. All of them have been under some level of pressure sexually through marriage to men they don't want to be with. All 3 of them have been proposed to by men they don't want to be with. And now it's made their situations uncomfortable. Because 2 of them were proposed to by the men that they were supposed to be getting taken care of. One in a home, one in a community. So you can figure out who they are. The men that's supposed to be over them taking care of them, no, we want your goods. We want your goodies. We want your cakes. And these women didn't want them. Imagine how uncomfortable that's going to be. Man, come on. Oh, Father, help us, Father. How do I get through these videos, y'all? Jesus, help us. This just... Oh. The beautiful daughters of Zion being restored. It just ain't many righteous men out there. It's just not. And I'm seeing it. And ain't many righteous men out there that just really have a desire to fulfill what's been prophesied. Now they got their own lustful desires. And they quick to justify it. If you ain't serving me, I'm not serving you. Well, you got your reward. You're going to get your ultimate reward in that lake that burneth with fire and brimstone. That worm is never quenched. You're going to get it. Watch. You're going to get it. All right, y'all. Man, am I going to get through this? Man. Because now we at the part where I got to show y'all how Dowell wanted to sow discord. This was Dowell's response, y'all. This was Dowell's response. All right? This was Dowell's response to the video we did a couple days ago. And again, shout out to all of you saints that shared that video. I saw that thing everywhere. Please keep sharing it. People need to know how much money. They need to know how he did what he did to this sister Karen. And how he's forcing this sister to take him to court and sue him. I'm sure he don't have the money no more. I'm sure he don't. But he better figure it out. He better figure it out. Because those children want their inheritance back. Hallelujah. But this is his response. Instead of responding to the allegations, which are true, but instead of responding to the allegations, excuse me, this is how he responds. I got 3 audios here that I'm going to play. Right? 3 audios here. And they're going to be like 6 minutes long, I think. So I'm going to start them, y'all, and then I'm going to let them roll. And if I got to stop, I'll stop. But let me get to them. My. All right. Let me get to these audios. Let me make sure my phone's up loud enough. Y'all can hear these. This is his response. He put this on Patreon. Now, I'm hearing that he was trying to charge $140. Y'all, I cannot verify that. I have not been able to verify that. But anything, if you had to pay to listen to this, it's a travesty. He's making merchandise of you. Why is this not being put on YouTube? The video we did with the allegations was on YouTube for everybody to see. See, what Dowell wants to do is control his paid puppets. But what he's doing is killing the relationship he has with them because he's exposing himself for being the hypocrite that he is. They're piecing all these audios and all these videos together and saying, man, he lied right here. He said this. Now I have the proof myself that he didn't do that. Then you have no avenue. Oh, there's an open door policy. No, it ain't. Especially not in the climate that you're in right now. Ain't no open door policy. You question anything, get them out of here. We're giving them their walking papers. Let's go.
So basically, Elder Crago, he came in and he started talking about me. And what did he say again? I ain't gonna interrupt. I need to hear it.
Yes, he talked about the Wisconsin meeting. How it was a separate meeting that took place, and it was you, him, Pastor Rufus, Pastor Mir was there, and I believe another person. I can't remember who the other person was, but basically, it was a pretty big blow up, and it's like, he wasn't concrete as far as what was actually said. He never actually said what was the fault, but he was saying how Pastor Rufus came to you a couple of times, asked me was any of those videos about him, and you would never give him a straight answer as far as yes or no. And that apparently he got offended and he was really hurt behind all the videos that would be put out. And you're not answering his questions as far as if it was about him or not. Supposedly he had got deliverance from being hurt, but the same people that was doing the deliverance on him, and some of this came from Sister Sonya as well, okay? But it may be the same people who's running that telling you whatever that's going on in Georgia.
All right. I want to address that little part real quick here, y'all. The deliverance part came after I listened to everybody in Wisconsin. Again, Dowell's going to tell y'all on this video here, on this audio, that it was sabotaged, like we put it together. We did not. The elders was trying to, the elders as in Elder Brent and Elder Mitchell, they were trying to squash this beef between me and Dowell that they saw brewing, and they didn't want the other leaders to see it. So this is why those two called for this meeting. I knew nothing about the meeting. They didn't. That decision came when Elder Brent got there and said, you know what, we should put them together. Then he asked Elder Mitchell. That's how it came about, y'all. There was no pre-plotting, pre-planning, all this stuff, ambushing. Dowell knew exactly what was going to go on in this meeting. He did. So for him to just sit here and consistently keep lying and act like he didn't know, he did. He knew what was going on. But what this sister's talking about is when I got back, I listened to the things that Mir said in that meeting. I listened to the things that Elder Mitchell said. I listened to the things that Dowell said. And I questioned. I said, some of these areas they say that I'm struggling in, I don't believe I'm struggling in. But I'm more than willing to search my soul and search my heart. And I actually got back and I let all of the Georgia brothers do deliverance on me in the multi-purpose building. So that's what maybe Sister Sonya was talking about. Like, you got people trying to help you with deliverance, but they running back and telling Dowell about y'all private meetings. But here's the thing, y'all. Here's the thing. And Sister Sonya didn't know this. I gave them permission to run the Dowell. This is why Dowell will not release those tapes, y'all. Those audios, those are the ones we've been asking for. The 3 meetings I had with the Georgia brothers warning them what was going to come from this spirit that was on Dowell. Yeah, that is what I want him to put out. because you will clearly hear me telling and warning these brothers. But you will also hear me telling them, if he don't edit it out, that if any of them feel uncomfortable about anything that's being said, you have the right to send this to Pastor Dowell or anybody you feel that needs to hear this. I gave them the permission to put out the information. Why? Because what I was saying, I didn't hide from Dowell. I didn't hide it from anybody. And one of the brothers or two of them decided they wanted to give the information to Dowell. So I didn't look at that as no kind of betrayal or nothing from the brothers. I'm the one that told them they could do it. I'm the one that encouraged them to do it. But Sonya didn't know that. She didn't know that, y'all. You see what I'm saying? She didn't know that. And I want y'all to understand, don't get mad at Sister Karen for speaking the way she's speaking, because y'all got to understand what Sister Karen been through at this point. Honestly, y'all, at this point, this is, I'll break this down. Remember, we had the Sunday meeting at Straightway. Then that following Thursday is when Dowell made the decision to boot me out the ministry. No more Straightway, Georgia. He came on Blog Talk talking about it Friday. He preached about it that Saturday on Shabbat. And then me and Elder Brent went live. This is that same Shabbat, y'all. So you can imagine what's going on when Elder coming in and we're no longer going to be a part of the ministry. And I don't want to be Straightway no more, but y'all can stay here. It's chaos. Dowell had already put the edict out that they couldn't come to Georgia to fellowship, remember? He did that on that Monday. The Monday when he got back from Wisconsin, he banned everybody from going to Straightway, Georgia to fellowship. Now, somebody give me the biblical jurisdiction, the biblical law that gives him the power to do that. This is when I start calling him King Dowell, y'all. That's when the first time I called him King Dowell, because he started putting out decrees. And I'm like, y'all, this dude think he a king. He can't do this. And y'all leaders are going to let him get away with this? And because they weren't in the meeting, they felt blindsided too. They didn't know what was going on. And guess what? Dowell made sure they didn't know, except the ones he knew would be on his side. These dirty dogs like Miguel and these dirty dogs like Robert. See, they're dedicated to their men. They're dedicated to Pastor Mir, and they're dedicated to Pastor Corey. They'll do whatever they say. That's why he went after them. Mind you, I asked for all of them, even his girlfriend Kabir. I wanted him in the meeting. I wanted Elder Donnie. I wanted Elder Chris. I wanted every single leader, all the deacons, all the teachers. Y'all all need to be here. This is going to be the biggest thing ever happened to Straightway. Why is it that y'all think Dowell limited it to the people? And all those other leaders, they never got to sit in the meeting. All they got was to hear it from Dowell. Because guess what? None of them talked to me. The only leader that even reached out to me was Elder Chris, and he reached out to rebuke me. At that time, no other leaders reached out and asked my side of the story. I want to hear what you got to say about this, Pastor Rufus. None of them. Because Dowell commanded them not to talk to me. Elder Chris still sent me a text in rebuke. And guess what I told Elder Chris? You know, you'll regret the day that you sent this, but there'll be a day where we'll come back together and you'll get a chance to repent to me face to face. And guess what? It didn't take long. That day came. And me and my brother are still good because I received it in love, because I never stopped loving him. I understood where it was coming from. He was being lied to. He was being manipulated, just like all of us have been. But that's where that's coming from, y'all. That what they're talking about here, and you know, the brothers that helped me do deliverance, where the brothers snitching on me. Again, that didn't have nothing to do with nothing. I think those brothers that helped me were sincere at that moment when they helped me with deliverance, and the Most High blessed me. Because I did have some bitterness there. Now, I knew I was suffering from a broken heart. I knew I was. But I didn't know that I was bitter from all of it. I dealt with it, though. Hallelujah. I'm going to play more of this.
So, it was a lot being said, but again, he never really fully came out with all of the details of what was being done. He just said that right now, you and the other elders is going to spin the narrative as if he wants to take over and have his own ministry, and that Elder has been bit by a viper and he's drinking the Kool-Aid, and he keep telling us to judge fruit. Pray, we're going to have to make a hard decision here and just judge fruit. And he told us that there was going to be a meeting today. Which at first I did agree to go to the meeting. I told him this morning that
I want y'all to get a clear understanding, because Sister Karen is absolutely off in that aspect. I get what she's saying, but y'all need to understand how off she is. When the scriptures tell you obedience is better than sacrifice, it's talking about obedience to Yah, not to a so-called leader, not to a pastor. So she's thinking she's being obedient because pastor said, don't go to Georgia. But she wasn't being obedient to Yah, because pastor don't have the right to stop you from fellowshipping just because you feel a spirit is on me, or because I just called you out for a spirit. And Elder Brent was right. See, what they didn't know is Elder Brent had been in Zoom meetings with all these wicked leaders all week, supposedly trying to come up with a sin and come up with a punishment for me. Right? Because Dowell was pushing punishment. Now, y'all, I went back and re-listened to Brother Barak's video he did on that 4-hour meeting. Remember he went over that? It was clear in there when Dowell started. Remember what he said? We're not here for no sin. And we ain't here for no judgment. See, Dowell didn't know at that time that he wasn't going to be in the hot seat in that meeting. He didn't know. That's why he started off by saying, we ain't here for sin. We ain't here for judgment. Because he didn't want none of them other elders saying that about him. Trying to dictate the narrative again. Then when he realized, oh, I got Pastor Corey, I got Pastor Mary, and I got their sidekicks. Oh, I got the advantage now. I done flipped this thing. That's when he got aggressive. Y'all need to understand where all this is coming from, though. Because Karen's been lied to. And Elder was trying to help her without going into full detail of everything going on. He tried to tell her they're going to spin this narrative. They're going to tell you that I've been bit. They're going to tell you that Elder Pastor Rufus is trying to get his own ministry and he's doing this, he's doing that. Don't listen to that dumb stuff. And see, it'll make sense to everybody now because all that information been out. Y'all all will see, okay, that was just all lies Dowell push. Caught your hand in a cookie jar. What cookie jar? We don't have a cookie jar. We never had a cookie jar there. What are you talking about? I'm going to play more of this. Let's go.
I'm not going to Georgia. Right. And the other sisters also said, sisters meaning Sister Tamara and Sister Shay. And of course, Jasmine, they're not going, they're following whatever Demetrius say. But none of us went to Georgia for the Q&A after service. So based on his reaction, he was like, okay, well, it seems like y'all made up y'all mind. Tamara, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can try to get your truck back from Georgia. And Karen, you talked to Pastor Dowell about getting your truck back from Brother Gideon. So I'm like, oh, okay, so I never told him what my final decision was, but even last night during Blog Talk, he was vexed as hell. He didn't even turn to look at the TV not once, and then when you brought up that incident about the woman who gives $2,000 a month and 80% of it go back to her, he was pissed. He got up from that table so quick, and he went into the kitchen, and he never came back to the table. And I'm like, wow, you're really pissed off about this whole thing. So,
and the reason Elder was so mad is because he saw all the lies. He could not believe the level of wickedness Dowell was going to. He couldn't believe it, first off, by trying to make the people think that these women, these saints at Straightway get 80% of the money they give back to do what they want to do with. That's just a bold-faced lie. That's just a bold-faced lie. Literally, some of these saints had got these monies that he was saying they were getting. They had just got them like that week or the month before that. That was not the norm at Straightway. And he knew, how the hell can I justify building these millions of dollar mansion and these people ain't got shit? So that's the only reason Dowell did that. And if that was the case, brothers like Ray, brothers like Vic, they wouldn't have left. They wouldn't have left. But it ended up being a blessing for Victor because he was able to save his money when he was getting paid every week, right? Dowell didn't even know the man was getting paid every week. Victor was giving him a check every 2 weeks. He thought he got paid every 2 weeks. But what Victor was doing was giving Dowell a check and then keeping his next check. Giving Dowell a check and keeping his next check. He didn't find out that Victor was getting paid every week until that meeting. And Elder was pissed. Because here it is, you trying to paint this narrative that Pastor Rufus is down here stealing when you're the one that's actually doing the stealing. Oh, he had a lot to be mad about. He saw what Dowell has done, y'all, is lie, cheat, connive, steal, manipulate, coerce, bewitch. He's done all these things to stop y'all from looking behind the curtain. Y'all seen The Wizard of Oz. Y'all seen it. That man was doing everything in his power to make sure that curtain never got pulled back. But boy, what happened when it did? Y'all in the same situation now. Dowell is doing so much behind the scenes to try to stop that curtain from being pulled. The problem with Elder Brent and Dowell was Elder Brent was became an elder, and there was nothing he could do once he seen behind that curtain. And people say, well, man, that curtain was that wicked. How come you didn't? The curtain wasn't that wicked, y'all. That curtain became that wicked because I called Dowell out. None of those men had ever ruled like that in any kind of judgment, ever. Until this. Why? They were being manipulated by Dowell. And they were being pushed and pressured by Dowell. Come up with a judgment. Come up with a judgment. In the same meeting, he starts off by saying, we're not here for sin. We're not here for a judgment. Y'all go back and listen to that 4-hour thing. He starts the meeting off by saying, we're not here for sin. We're not here for judgment. But then when the meeting's over, he demands these elders go back up there and come up with a judgment for me. He thought he had the upper hand. You're not finna beat Yah. And I'm not Yah. I'm talking about Yah. Because you ain't fighting me, Dowell. You're going to realize that one day. Probably dead and in hell when you do. But you're going to realize you're not fighting me. But yeah, Elder was really pissed. Let's go.
Yeah, yes, sir. So I was like, okay. So based on what I seen last night during Book Talk and the little short conversation I had this morning, and it's crazy because right before he made that comment, I was already on cars.com trying to find me another truck. Because I'm like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and bounce. I'm going to go ahead and bounce. And I don't know if, I'm just telling you my thought, my process. I don't know how y'all's going to work this thing out, but I was thinking, okay, well, Brother Dimitri said he's going to take me to the meeting tomorrow. I just talked to him right before you called, and he said it was okay if I want to go ahead and pack up everything today. So then when I leave, that's it. Or I can wait until Passover and bring everything with me at Passover and go from there. Brother Demetrius. Yep, that was the conversation that I had with him. Well, Elder, I ain't seen him since this morning, so I'm assuming he just went straight to Georgia for fellowship.
I got you. Well, sister, I got. I'm still on the phone, okay? I've got I actually have a wonderful place, matter of fact, for you and the children actually to go. I haven't got it concretely yet, but I can't get you there until after April the 8th.
Y'all know why he can't get him there till after April the 8th, right? He already had plans. He already had vacations planned there. So he wasn't going to be able to get her there till after he was done there. And then if you listen close, you could have heard what he was saying. Now, this is a widow at a community you put her at. And the elder of that community just said he's no longer part of Straightway. And the widow just told you she had made her mind up she was going to bounce, right? Now, here's the thing. She said in the thing that she didn't tell Elder Brent what her final decision is, but she had made her mind up that she was going to bounce from there, at least, right? Which is fine. No big deal. You notice what Dowell start angling. Well, I got a beautiful place and blah, 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 but I ain't got full confirmation. So essentially what he's saying is okay, I'm going to think about moving you to Georgia East is what I'm going to think about doing. Y'all got to listen to this stuff real close. This dude is really, really good with this slick talk. Really good. Then you got to look at the results of what he actually did. Listen to what he's saying now, then think about the actual results of what he did. Move her there, put the bills in her name, never provided any provision for whatsoever, and then took $105,000 from her. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
And it's, you never been to that land that I got down there in Georgia where Robert and Deidre live, do you?
That's the Straightway East?
Yes.
Okay, no, I've never been there, sir.
Well, I've got a 3-bedroom trailer down there, a double-wide 3-bedroom
Here's the next video, y'all. Next audio.
The rule there, very peaceful and quiet. I mean, more than anything and stuff, I could probably do with the children there. So, I've got other places I got to do to get with other Israelites. I got to start thinking about what I'm going to do because tomorrow at 9, when we have these meetings, there's no way we're going to be able to spend anything because you got all these elders. All of us elders can't be wrong to one elder, if you understand what it is. And what we're going to do is we're going to play, we're actually going to play what Pastor Rufus said in his video based on what happened in Wisconsin. Everybody's going to hear it. And then you're going to hear directly from the elder's mouth who was there, actually the way that it went down.
Yes, sir.
Each individual. If you understand, then we're going to play a couple of recordings to show you how many lies that we call Pastor Rufus in, because for some reason he has an opinion for me based on videos, if you understand what I mean.
Now, all of y'all know that Dowell was the one calling lies. That's why he got up and left the meeting. But you see how he's trying to spin this to the sister of what's going to take place in this meeting tomorrow? And we're still waiting on these audios of this meeting that showed me doing a whole bunch of lying. Remember, I did a response video to this, a reaction video to this, the portion they put out. Oh, the brothers buried you. I didn't see that in the video. I didn't. I see two old fools talk too damn much between Vernon and Herbert. But nobody else said nothing. And what lies? What lies? You were talking about me in the video, but you wasn't man enough to tell me. Because I would have looked you in the face and said, you don't get to determine these things, Dow. You may want these things, but you don't get to control my life like that. You don't. You run your community the way you see fit. I'm going to run this community the way the Most High tell me to run this community. I don't come telling you what to do a straight way. You're not going to come tell me what to do here. Now, if you listen to Dowell from the past, he actually told everybody that's how the communities are run. I don't run those communities. All I do is give suggestions when they ask. Now, all of a sudden, you want to dictate? Or you need to do this, you need to do this. No, that ain't how it works, sir. It don't. And you trying to dictate because you're jealous. You trying to marginalize and you trying to cut off resources to us because you're jealous of the growth. Then you want to play this, well, he ain't doing nothing. He ain't done nothing. Well, I worked 2 jobs for 6 years, 7 years, from 2011. Then when we moved there in 2013, I didn't come off the job till 2018 when you pressured the brothers to take me off the job. Why you ain't telling the people that? This is crazy, bro. And this is why Elder was so upset, because he lived through this stuff. And now to hear Dow totally spin it and try to act like it's something different. See, Elder was there every weekend when we were working, every first day when we were working. We were working. See, I'm not like Dow, y'all. You ain't finna go out here and find a bunch of videos of me working like that. You know why? Because I'm not finna tell somebody, go put the camera on because I'm finna go over here and lay these blocks. Go put the camera on because I'm finna go over here and help frame this wall. I don't do that. What I do is when we get the work done and I got a free moment, then I'll show y'all what we did. I had nothing to prove to nobody. And that's why Tim called out. Vernon said, man, just stop lying. Damn well Pastor Rufus was helping and he was working as much as he could. He had a lot of responsibilities outside of that land that caused him to travel. But when he was there and we had any major project, he was there helping, doing whatever he was asked to do or told to do. And a lot of the vision on that land, all of it mainly came from me. So the architect don't get no credit. The designer of it don't get no credit. It's just sad. This is what Elder Brent was furious about, because he saw these wicked men come together with Dow and try to conspire this against me. This is why I said these men are not welcome on my land. And this going to come up in here, and watch how he spin that. Watch how he spin that. Because the 4 people I said that could come was Dow, Mitchell, Becker, and Elder Brent. Those were the 4 I said can come. The only 2 I excluded was Mir and Corey. They didn't need to come. Not for some false judgment on me. For what? Why drive all the way from Missouri? Why drive all the way from Indiana? When y'all been conspiring all week in these Zoom meetings to bury me. Elder Brent testified it was a witch hunt trying to get me. Now look where we at. Let's go.
And of course I told them, Pastor, I ain't never said nothing to you. I ain't never said nothing in those videos that I didn't say to you in person.
That's a lie.
You understand what I mean? And for me to be here right now, and I'm going up at this meeting, I didn't even know he's having this meeting. I feel like I'm being ambushed because apparently Elder Craig and Pastor Rufus, Elder Mitchell, and Elder Doug, they've been talking behind the scenes for a long time without anybody's knowledge.
That's a lie.
You know what I mean?
We don't know what you
Coming
mean.
up to this meeting, don't have any idea what in the world's going on. Then I come to find out he's butthurt over all this stuff, which I don't know why you're butthurt. You are lazy. You don't do shit. You don't work. You understand what I mean?
That's a lie.
That's the same thing I told you to your face. You understand what I mean?
Yes, sir.
I don't understand the difficulty of it and why you all offended over it. And then he got to the point, Pastor Rufus got to the point where he just went totally 100% disrespectful on me. Bad. I mean, really bad. Elder Crago even agreed with us, and we got this all on audio, to actually set Pastor Rufus down and not have him over the people in Georgia in the ministry there. And at the time, we was all working towards a year, if you understand what I mean. And then I turned around and told the people, I said, look here, I cannot trust this man with the way that he's talking and the way that he's spinning and lying and doing with these things. I can't trust that man to be over the Israelites. I can't do it. You understand what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And of course, all the Israelites are going to be able to hear the recordings themselves, because that's the majority of what they're going to hear is the recordings. And then they can draw their conclusion from there.
Now y'all saw the other lie, because for y'all that suffered through all of that, was that more recordings or people talking for 4 hours? Was it more recordings or people talking for 4 hours? Because the recordings just exposed him. That's all they do. They just expose him. And the man is just a flat out liar. And that's why Elder Brent was furious with him. And he couldn't believe the levels of wickedness that Dowell was going to try to bury me. All because I became his enemy because I told him the truth. There's a spirit on you, bro. It is. And now everybody can see the envy. Now everybody can see the jealousy. Now everybody can see the bitterness and the hatred and the murder that's in his heart towards me. See, let's keep this real, y'all. Let's really look at this. If I have flipped and turned rogue, think about this, being your best friend. If I am your best friend and I am your confidant, and you have come to me for counsel on all of your family, all of your wives, everything, and all of a sudden I flip, wouldn't there be a level of remorse and just sadness and like, man, I can't believe this is going on with my buddy? Have y'all ever seen that from Dowell for me? Or has it been straight vitriol? Has it been straight hatred and murdering? I hope you become a vagabond. But how does it match up, y'all? How does it match up? I'm the one that's hurting, saying, man, I can't believe my friend, the guy that I trusted, the guy that I actually believe was a man of Yah, is doing these things. That is as wicked as he's showing himself to be. I'm the one showing that. I'm butthurt. No, you the one need the preparation H. And it's clear. And I got to constantly keep coming on here, warning the saints like the book tell me to do. Because you constantly want to keep taking advantage of the people. And you're still trying to do it. Your only goal is to get into that house. Because you want to get up in front of everybody and say, he's a false prophet. He prophesied I wouldn't be in the house. No, I didn't prophesy nothing. I made a statement. That's it. I told you, too, how to make that statement not come true. I said, you can go pitch a tent in there right now. You got a roof over it. You can go spend the night in it right now. I'm the one that told him how to make it become false. But I wasn't prophesying. Man, here we go.
All right. Well, as of right now, the way how Elder is spinning it here, he was all upset because mostly none of this is done. He's saying that Pastor Rufus is getting an unfair judgment. Basically said there was no ecclesiastical course that was being done for him. It was just basically, this is it, is my way or the highway. If you like it or you don't, but get on out.
And that's exactly what happened. And guess what? That's what people are seeing now. What's that little short clip? We doing this. But guess what? Any of y'all here that still been talking to the people that left, I'm finna give you your walking papers. It's my way or the highway. And the sad thing was those wicked men like Daniel Meir, those wicked men like Corey Phillips, Kabir Baja-Beer Miller, they allowed him to get away with it. This is why Elder Brent left straightway. Not because of his love for me. It's because of his love for righteousness. And everybody can clearly see. If you go to Numbers 15, if you go to Deuteronomy 9, if you go to any of the law, he didn't follow any of it, y'all. All these different accusations of accusing me of being presumptuous and not following the law and all this stuff. He didn't follow any of it. If you got a controversy with two people got a controversy, we're both supposed to come before the Most High, before the leaders and before the people. How come we didn't do that? If I was presumptuous, I was still supposed to be brought before the people. How come you didn't do that? Because you King down. That's why you didn't do it. And you made a decree and you made everybody follow it. And you're still doing it. This is why Elder was upset, Sister Karen, just so you know.
Okay, so what happened is that I told the people, because I went and found out that a lot of those lands that Elder Rufus got that's down there at Straightway, Georgia, the double wide that they're in, Straightway Truth Ministry, we own that. We own the house where Straightway Truth Ministry.
Y'all hear that? Y'all do know this will be evidence. This will be evidence come out. Because now he's claiming Straightway owns that. Y'all know I got videos showing him talking about how we, the saints down there, own that. Just because it was in his name didn't mean they owned it. But now he's taking ownership of it. Let's go.
It's very rural. It's a rural area, very peaceful and quiet. I mean, more than anything and stuff, I could probably do with the children there.
Oh, man. My bad, y'all. I done went backwards.
Well, he got wind of that, and then he said, y'all ain't coming here. Straightway Truth Ministry, we own that.
Okay, there we go. That's where we at.
Straightway Truth Ministry, Sister Zaza is in.
Okay.
This man he's been purchasing land down there by Elder Crago, and he's going to put all this land in his own personal name and put wooded areas of the foundation in the name of the foundation.
That's a lie. That's a lie. What happened was we didn't even have a foundation until 2021 or 2020, right? So when I bought the lands that I bought before 2020, who name were they going to go in, y'all? Who name were they going to go in? See, when we bought the house across the street, we didn't have a foundation. And we did a land contract. So somebody's name had to go on that land. I'm the leader. Well, who else name going to go on it? What took place was all lands bought before we got a foundation went in my name. And the few lands, the 2 or 3 that was bought after we had a foundation, that was put in the name of the foundation. It's that simple. It wasn't, okay, well, I'm trying to get all the lands and leave the woods to this. No, that's just the way they worked out. A lot of those lands we bought, those pieces of parcels of land, we bought before we had a foundation. So I'm going to put in the name of foundation. And then he just flat out lying, saying that the property's down there. You could y'all go look up 360 Cemetery Road. 375 Cemetery Road. 375, not 360. 375 Cemetery Road in Lyerly, Georgia. That thing's still in Dowell's name. And the property over there in Jaja's name is still in Dowell's name. Talking about it's in the name of the ministry. What difference would that make? If it's under your foundation, who controls your foundation, Dowell? Name me one other person besides you that has access and control over that foundation. You're the only one. You see the play on words? See how do you manipulate the people's mind to try to make them think that something evil took place and what you're doing is righteous? Let's go.
Every single building we've got down there that they either done built, we done helped build, like the multipurpose building, that home that we're building down there for them, they're all in his name. And Elder Rufus, when we told Elder Rufus and
That's a lie. Y'all hear that? I wasn't there for these meetings. When they agreed that they wanted to go to Straightway, Georgia for a judgment, guess what, y'all? They haven't even told me what my sin was. So these wicked elders were trying to agree, yeah, we're going to go to Straightway. How you going to just invite yourself? See what I mean by king, y'all? They didn't discuss that. They didn't ask me my opinion on nothing. I'm a part of this. They didn't even, these Zoom meetings they're having, I was never invited to none of them. Why is all these accusations and all this conversation about me going on and I'm not there? Never an opportunity to face my real accusers who were bewitched by Dowell. So when Elder Mitchell did call me, y'all, and say, hey, we looking to come there on first day, I said, for what? Well, you know, they want to levy the judgment, whatever judgment we come up with. I said, Elder Mitchell, mind y'all, this is on a Thursday, y'all. On a Wednesday night, Wednesday. I said, how in the hell are we going to come here for a judgment on Sunday? And we don't even have a sin for me yet. He said, well, that meeting's on Friday. Listen to this, y'all. We have a meeting on Friday to figure out what sin you have. We've been meeting every day for hours all week. We still ain't came up with a sin. We're going to do that on Friday, hopefully. And then we'll come Sunday to levy a judgment against you. Mind you, go back to that meeting that Dowell put out, that 4 hours. He started the meeting by saying, we're not here because of sin and we're not here for a judgment. Why did that change? Which one of y'all will be brave enough to go to Dowell and say, hey, I listened to that 4-hour meeting. And I remember when you came in the room, you started off by saying, we're not here because of any sin and we're not here because of any judgment. So when did it turn to sin and judgment for Pastor Rufus? Because that's the only meeting I knew about y'all having. When was there another meeting? Because there wasn't, y'all. There was never another meeting with the leadership of Straightway. One. And it wasn't even all of them. It was the hand-picked people that Dowell wanted there. When he picked Mir to come and he picked Corey, who wasn't even in the meeting. Corey wasn't even in the meeting, y'all, in Wisconsin. Neither was Miguel. Neither was Robert Mathis. These are hand-picked people by Dowell that he can manipulate their dumb asses. And I know exactly what I'm saying. This is sad. Now listen how he's manipulating the sister. And don't forget, y'all. Don't forget. In that same meeting, that 4-hour one he just put out last week or 2 weeks ago, whatever it was, a month ago. Didn't he tell everybody that I never spoke to anybody about this situation? That Pastor Rufus was wrong. He should have never said a word to the brothers there in Georgia. He was sowing discord. I didn't speak to anyone. Y'all hear him on the phone talking with this sister. I thought he didn't speak to anybody about it. Man, come on.
And he said, y'all ain't coming here. And if y'all do come down here, speaking of, he didn't want Elder Rufus, he didn't want Elder Craig Holt, Pastor Corey, Pastor Mir, and Elder Rob and Elder Miguel. He didn't want them down there. He said, I'll tell you what, if y'all do come down here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to call the police and use the law for the lawless because this is my land. I own this. It's in my name. You hear that? I told them the day before that if he takes a posture like that, because I don't have no land in my name. It's all in the name of the foundation.
That's a lie.
I have the Israelites to do that so that we can avoid stuff like this. You understand what I mean?
That ain't going to avoid it.
So he turns around. I told them the day before that if he takes that posture and he does that, I said then he's already given me no other choice. Because if the Israelites...
See how he justified doing wicked, y'all? How does my posturing saying that 4 or 3 meant 2 men actually, because what's the name them wasn't even coming. Miguel and Robert wasn't even coming. It was just Mir and Corey. And I said, they ain't needed here. They're wicked. They're not welcome here. And all I said was they're not welcome here on my land. And I said, if you want to press the issue and show up anyway. See, he didn't put that part in there. If you want to press the issue and have them show up anyways, I'll use the law for the lawless. They ain't invited. Why do I need all of y'all here for this false, fake judgment? Dowell, you can come. Becker can come. Brent can come. And Mitchell can come. And then he didn't tell you this either, y'all. Remember, we were going into the feast. Straightway, Georgia was actually scheduled for that Sunday. Remember that meeting they had up there? And they're like, man, all the saints for Georgia are there. Guess why, y'all? We were scheduled to be there anyway. We were scheduled to be there because we were putting up tents. And guess what else I said to them? Why don't we just do it at Straightway? It's closer for them to drive. You can have Mir and all them there if you want them to, because it's a lot less drive for them going to you than coming all the way down south to me. And everybody will be there anyways. All your people, all of Georgia, we all going to be there. So we can do it at Straightway, or if you just forcing your way to come down here, only you 4 men can come. Those were the options I gave Dowell. You think he was happy with me giving him options? If you want the real truth, that's the real truth.
Like saying welcome on this land down there, then guess what? You ain't welcome on this land up here. So you made it easy for me. You hear what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
And y'all see how this is just a random sister, y'all. Why is Dowell even having this conversation with this? Guess what, y'all? At this time, there's elders and leaders that don't know nothing about nothing going on. But this sister knows. Why? Because he want that money. Y'all gonna hear. Wait, watch what comes up. Y'all gonna hear. Remember, I ain't spoke to nobody about this. But he's talking to this random sister from North Carolina that's living in Tennessee right now. Telling her everything. Lying about everything. Let's go.
That's exactly how it went down.
That's a lie.
I'm telling you now, that is not what was said to us, because Sister Sonya.
Because Elder Brent told y'all the truth. That's why the hell no, it wasn't that, because he lying. Let's go.
Wanted to talk to us about the land situation, and Elder told her no. But as soon as Elder left, Sonya still sat down and started running her mouth about that land, and what she said is completely different from what you're telling her.
All right, so what is it? I can actually send you the pictures and show it to you.
She told me that basically Elder gave Pastor all that money so that he can purchase the land, and that you
True.
want him to sell the land so that you can have it for yourself. And she didn't think that was right, knowing that you didn't pay for the land. It was Elder the one who paid for that land, even though that he's, when you give, but it don't just seem right to her.
Well, she definitely, she need to keep her mouth shut because she don't have a damn, she don't even know what the hell going on.
Now, she told the truth, though. All of y'all that's been following, remember, I got a copy of this wicked so-called judgment they were going to try to levy on me. Remember what was in that wicked judgment, y'all? Did they not require me to turn over all lands to Straightway Truth Ministry and close my foundation? So who was telling the truth? Was it Sister Sonya telling the truth or Dowell? He did want the land. And guess what else, y'all? Anybody that wants to do this, go pull up the court case in Chattooga County that he filed against me. Look and see what he's requesting. Remember, there's still land there now. The multipurpose, all that, it's still there now. There's still multiple parcels of land still there. You think Dowell is asking for those lands for the saints? In the thing, he's saying, tell him to sell it and give the proceeds to Straightway Truth Ministry. Who controls Straightway Truth Ministry? Sister Sonya told the truth. And of course she's going to be mad because her husband was the one funding us to be able to buy all those lands and to buy the materials needed to put the stuff on there. So why would Dowell get it? Now, if I'm lying, go pull up the court records. See, he can say what he wants to this sister he's trying to deceive. But the facts and the receipts show differently, Dowell. I may come back, y'all, I'll pull that up. I got to go look it up again and pull it up. And I may just do a video where I post it for y'all can see it. Because it's actually over on my post channel. It's way down the list in my post. But I posted the 11 judgments they had against me. They wanted me to go into slavery and live at Straightway, Indiana, under Pastor Mir. Me and my family. Can y'all imagine the level of work Dowell would have tried to have me do? Telling Mir, make him do this, make him do this, make him do this. So then when I say hell no, hey, we tried. The dude is wicked, y'all. I'm talking, y'all go look at those judgments. And look in there and see, he wanted all the lands turned over to Straightway Truth Ministry because they could be trusted. Who controls Straightway Truth Ministries? Sister Sonia told the truth. And what did he say? She don't know nothing she talking about. Everything she said was 100% true. Her husband did give the money for the majority of those lands. He did give the money to pay for all those buildings. And Dowell wanted it. The facts show it. It's a dog, y'all.
I showed all the elders all the land that is in the name of Rufus Carswell. You follow me? And I was showing him, and I drew the narrative in conclusion and told him, I'm going to tell you right now, if this happens, this is what's taking place. If this happens, this is what's taking place. And he went ahead and let it out of his mouth.
He told the truth. If y'all listen to him closely right there, he said, I drew the narrative. He just told you. I drew the narrative, said this, and this was going. All of it was lies. What other name could the lands be in, y'all? We didn't have a foundation until 2021. So everything we bought before 2021, which was the majority of our lands, who name they was going to be in? Just like the land he bought before the foundation. What name were they in? Charles Dowell. Again, go Google 375 Cemetery Road. Go Google it. Go Google 75 Williams Street. These lands are in Dowell's name because it was before the foundation. Him and Mother Carol. Why do y'all think Mother Carol's a part of the countersuit, y'all? If you go look at this court case when they sued me in Chautauqua County and I did a countersuit, why do y'all think Mother Carol's name is in there? Because her name is on the property. That's why. Dude is a liar. Same guy telling you he ain't 501c3. We know different.
You can't come, this is my man. So I was like, damn. So I'm actually thinking I'm being pretty benevolent because I'm letting them stay in the land, the double wide trailer that belongs to Straightway Truth Ministry. I could have told them to get your ass out of my house, out of the land of the ministry house today, if you know what I mean.
Yes, sir.
I gave him 30 days because he took that posture. Now,
Thank you for your admittance. Y'all do know this is evidence y'all are listening to. Because in the state of Georgia, to evict someone as a landlord, see, if you own land and someone's living in it and you want to get rid of them, that's called a landlord-tenant relationship, right? And guess what? I got the monthly offerings going the straight way to prove that it was. By law, you're required to give them 60 days and you got to do it in writing. How do I know that, y'all? Because of when we lit up on the mountain, when our lease was over, we had a month-to-month contract with that man. And he told me about how the Hispanic family wanted to rent it from him and going to give him double. And he said, I can't turn that down. And I said, you can. He said, so I'm going to get it to you in writing, but y'all have 60 days. I said, no problem, we'll take 30. And we left in 30 days. But he did it the legal way. He came to me like a man, told me I got somebody willing to pay double. They're going to give you $2,000 to live here, bro. I don't blame you for doing what you're doing. We'll find somewhere else to live. Because I'm not going to give you $2,000 to live here. And our lease was up. We were on a month-to-month. No problem. He served, and not served me, but, he got the papers to me and legally said I got 60 days to leave. I only took 30. Dowell didn't give me any papers. You seen bragging to this sister, admitting I gave him 30 days. Let's see how he wiggles out of this in the court, y'all. Because he's being sued for unjust enrichment. He's being sued for unlawful eviction. How you get around that now? Dowell. I already got other proof of him saying it too, though. I got multiple layers of proof of him saying he got 30 days. So he ain't getting around that. He gonna pay that regardless. Y'all go look up the Georgia statute. When you unlawfully evict someone, what automatically happens? Let's go.
what you just got finished hearing is the truth, which you will hear from 6 other witnesses. I'm talking about the elders that was there, including the phone call.
6 other witnesses. He lying. Wasn't 6 elders there. He lying.
Recorded everything just in case something.
This is the last one, y'all. This is being played on my thing, so it's just rolling right into the next message. This is the last one. It's like 6 minutes, 6:40, something like that.
Like this would happen. That's the reason why it's good to have recordings.
Yes, sir.
So you can.
Now, he's recording her. He ain't telling her, though. He recording this conversation, but he not telling her. Then we put the accusation, which is true, about him stealing from her. What's the purpose of putting this out? How does this even address the issue of you taking her $105,000 from her or her children? You requesting this money from her and pressuring her to give it. How does this address that? Somebody please tell me. I ain't looking at the chat right now. I will when I'm done. Somebody please put in the chat telling me how this actually addresses the allegation. He's not going to address it. He's above that allegation. And Karen is wicked. That's how he feels right now. This is why he's trying to sow discord between Sister Karen and the Kragos. That's what he's trying to do with this. Too bad, too late. They still love each other. They've already moved, repented and forgiven. So, sorry, sir.
Recorded everything just in case something like this would happen. That's the reason why it's good to have recordings.
Yes, sir.
So you can hear it directly for yourself and nothing can't be spent. And I told them, I said, you know what? I said, with that land down there, I said, you know what we need to do? We need to put all that land in the name of Straightway Truth Ministry Foundation because I know I can be trusted.
Sister Sonia said in the last audio I did, the second one, that Dowell wants all of this in his name so he can control it. He said she don't know what she's talking about. Then he just came back and said, what we need to do is put all of it in Straightway Truth Ministry. I can't make this up, y'all. I can't make this up. And he thinks these audios make him look good. These people on Patreon, they may be paid puppet, y'all, but they're not that dumb. They're literally listening to this saying, hold on, Dowell. You just said that Sister Sonia was lying. And she didn't know what she was talking about when she said you wanted the land put in your name so you could control it. And that's unfair because you didn't pay for any of it and you didn't do any of the work. She lying and don't know what she's talking about. And then you come back 2 minutes later and admit all this needs to go in Straightway Truth Ministry name. How? I got to go back. What happened? Oh.
Straightway Truth Ministry Foundation.
I'm on.
To have recordings.
Yes, sir.
So you can hear it directly for yourself and nothing can't
I want y'all to hear that again.
And I told them, I said, you know what? I said, with that land down there, I said, you know what we need to do? We need to put all that land in the name of Straightway Truth Ministry Foundation because I know I can be trusted. Did you hear what I said?
Yes.
But this Negro was actually amassing land doing all this because he was already planning his trip to kick the traces anyway. And I got all these meetings that he's been having behind the scene because there are Israelites that are down there in Georgia. They love Pastor Dowell, if you know what I mean.
Yes, sir.
And they're hearing all this. They're like, what is going on? So they started recording. I got all these recordings. He called me the king of straightway. Sarcastic. Being sarcastic. Are you following me?
Yes.
He did all these things. It's as crazy as I don't know what. But every single thing is on video. I mean, on audio. It's all crystal clear. And all the saints are going to...
If that's the case, and it's almost been 2 years, y'all, why has Dowell refused to put those audios out? The audios he's referring to is the 3 meetings I had with the Georgia brothers warning them what was going to happen with this spirit that was on Dowell. Why has he not put those audios out since they are so damning to Pastor Rufus? They show that I'm sowing discord, even though Brother Vernon testified in front of the elders he wasn't sowing discord. Even though Brother Tim testified in front of the elders, he wasn't sowing discord in these meetings. You got this evidence. You are telling this random sister with $200,000 in her pocket that you need to take this land and put it in your ministry's name. And this elder been lying and plotting, and he's trying to leave, and he's trying to get all this in his name in a message so he can leave and start his own ministry. Where's that ministry at, y'all? Where's that ministry at? Servants of Yah is just who we are. We are servants of Yah. P.E.B. is just who I am. I'm a pastor to some, an elder to some. I'm a pastor to some, an elder to many, and a brother to most. It's just who I am. You ain't going to find no registered religion, registered church in Alabama or Georgia or anywhere, in P.E.B. or in Servants of Yah. When you pull up Servants of Yah, you're going to find two things: my YouTube channel, and then you're going to find my bank account for the foundation. That's it. I never even registered us as a church, y'all. But I'm trying to start my own, steal from Straightway and start my own. He said I made up the narrative and gave it to him. You got to listen to him. He did. He made up the narrative and gave it to him. And these fools believe that dumb stuff. And the reason they believe it, because all of them had a little something in their heart towards me as well. A lot of them was just jealous of the position that I had in that ministry that I never asked for. I served the saints. That level of love, go back. Some of you go back and look at that video when I got ordained a pastor. Look at the jubilee. Look at the love. Look at the joy on the name. It was never, ever a happier day at Straightway than when I got ordained a pastor. Now, this is not me bragging, y'all. I ain't talking about me. I'm telling you, when I looked out with them tears in my eyes and I looked at those saints, them saints was ecstatic. I've never seen people as happy at Straightway besides that day. That was the happiest day I ever seen at Straightway. And I'm sitting here shivering. I'm sitting here scared than a mug, thinking of that added responsibility. How serious it is to serve the saints. All the while, these men up here crying on the stage and all this stuff, and they jealous. Why is the elder being sent out to minister to the people? Why does the elder get to counsel all the people? I thought we were the pastors. I thought we were the preachers. This is the conversations going on behind the scenes, y'all. Why is Elder Rufus being sent out? Why is he getting provision to go and travel and be with the saints and do meetings on his own? Who cares? Man, let's finish this.
I'll be surprised. They can try to wear out the people all they want, but I'll be surprised. And what they want to try to do right now is they want everybody to make a decision and choice based on just listening to them and not hearing what we've got to say.
And the total opposite is the truth. And if he plays the tapes, y'all will hear it. Dowell forced people to make a decision. I didn't force anybody to make no decision. Dowell and his minions went around talking to all the saints in the Southern Assembly, trying to convince them to stay in the ministry. See where their head was at when it came to me. I didn't proposition anybody. I literally told them brothers, when this go down, you ain't gonna be able to come to me. This is why he won't play the tapes, y'all. He gonna look like a fool. His false narrative will be blown up if you play the tapes, because the tapes are gonna match what I actually did. And it's amazing. More and more of them saints are reaching out to me. More and more of them saints are still leaving Straightway. And he can't understand why. Why are they taking on his offense? No, you're offensive to them, Dowell. Because you're a liar and you're a hypocrite. Let's go.
Because what we're going to have to say is mostly you're going to hear what they said from their own mouths.
Lie.
Yes, sir.
That's why I'm hoping that all y'all get up here tomorrow. You see my green suit? I'm hoping that y'all do it. So that way, but if not, we're going to be video recording it anyway. For everybody to hear it. And see, because I'm going to put it all on the whole entire.
I'm sorry, y'all. That's just the audio of it. I can't clean it up or nothing. I'm sorry. It'll get a little better, I think. He actually not even talking to the sister, y'all. He in the background talking to somebody in that house, trying to convince them. And they sitting there saying, man, you lying, Pastor Dowell. You forget we live with you. This ain't all true that you saying.
So, but yeah, I got, because I do know, not only that, I do know that your house sold too, right? Where my phone go?
Y'all, oh, here we go, y'all. Here we go. I done told you about the false narrative. I done lied to you all day here for the last 20, 30 minutes. Now let's get to the nitty gritty.
Your household, right?
Yes, sir. And Elder did tell me to hold on to it.
That's what a righteous man will do. Elder told her to hold on to that money. Don't give it to nobody. Hold on to it, sis. I told y'all she was told to keep that money. I told y'all this. How did it end up in the hands of Dowell, y'all? Let's go.
Right now.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, okay, yes, I will. You know, he told me don't cancel nothing. Just hold on to it for right now. So that's why I'm saying, okay, if I need to go get a truck, a little cheap used truck, I'll go get that real quick.
Well, I will tell you this. Do you have the money?
Yes, sir, I have the money.
Okay, so if you got the money, sister, you don't need to go and buy a cheap used truck. You need how much money is it?
I'm sorry?
How much money is it?
Y'all see the hesitation, right? See, this is all evidence, y'all. Did y'all see the hesitation when he asked how much money is it? She didn't want to tell him. Excuse me? I'll play it back so some of y'all can hear it. I want y'all to peep it. She didn't want to tell him.
Real quick.
Well, I will tell you this. Do you have the money?
Yes, sir, I have the money.
Okay, so if you got the money, sister, you don't need to go and buy a cheap used truck. You need how much money is it?
I'm sorry?
How much money is it?
It came up to $202,000 and some change.
And how much do you get every month?
Now, what? She's saying she gonna buy a truck, y'all. She's saying she gonna buy a truck. She just told this man that she got $202,000 from the sale of that house. That was a profit. Why does he need to know how much she make a month coming in now with her children's money, Social Security, all this stuff? What does that have to do with her buying a truck? She got more than enough money to buy any kind of truck she wants. Listen how he tries to manipulate her, y'all. She's saying a good old used truck. She should have went back and got her truck that she let them brothers have in North Carolina. She had a nice 2006 quad cab Dodge Ram, and she should have went back and got that. That thing was fine. I saw the truck, been in the truck. That thing was fine. She should have went and got that. I'm just going to get me a little old used truck to get us around. Listen what Dowell tell her. Try to butter up. Listen.
Including the children's disability,
Yes.
it's a total of a little over $4,000.
Okay, so you don't need to go out and just buy any old truck. You need to buy a good truck.
Yes, sir.
Because you're not going to have to worry about a place to live, to pay mortgage and rent and all that other stuff, if you know what I mean.
Yes, sir.
I mean, that's if you still want to be in the ministry.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
You understand what I mean? And I'll guide you more on that because it's obvious that you like trucks over cars, which is you're a smart woman.
I do. I really love the truck that I had. But
What truck did you have?
I had a Ram 1500.
What year?
06.
Oh, you had older. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you right now that because you had that money and don't be hasty to go out and buy a truck or rush to go get one right now because you're gonna need to get something a hell of a lot newer than that.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? If ever you're gonna get a truck, you're gonna be living down there. You might as well get a truck that's gonna be useful for you and the community.
Yes, sir.
But see, what happened last night was I turned around and I said, because I found out there's a sister down there, a faithful sister like Mother Zaza. She gets $1,741 a month, and she gives all of that to Pastor Rufus.
This is even better information, y'all. Do you know why? Because I never knew the exact amount of money that Zsa got. Never. I never asked her. I never inquired. Never hinted at it. I never knew. And guess what, y'all? When Zsa gave those offerings, she never once gave me $741. See, this is all receipts. Because I have remember we had the same credit union? So she would do an internal transfer on a certain time of the month. She would do an internal transfer on a certain time of the month, like the 15th of the month. She never once gave me $1,741, whatever he just said, the total she get. I never once got that amount from her. It was always it was lower than that. I ain't gonna say way, but it was lower than that. So she didn't give me all. She kept even some of that. Now, she had multiple streams of income. She had more than one source of income, y'all. This was just one that she told Dowell about. And he went with it because I know Jaja didn't tell him I give him the whole thing. She didn't. He's putting that on there because I don't believe Jaja would have lied to him. She said, well, I get this, because he asked her specific. How much do you get? And she probably told him and said, well, that's what I give to him. I get the money that I give him. It comes out of that. That's probably how she said it. And he done ran with it. Oh, he gets all of it. And he's thinking that's all the money Jaja get. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. And even in that check, Jaja, even if she wouldn't tell the truth, guess what? I got the receipts. Even if she was going to lie for Dowell, I got the receipts of the internal transfers. Dowell them got the receipts. She never once gave me all of that money. She gave me a portion of that money. And because she was never required to give all, I never felt like I had to give her anything back. But we were already giving her stuff back. Because any need she had, we took care of. Any need she had. And she know it. She gave that because she asked to give it. Because she saw what everybody else was doing. All the offlanders, Elder Brent and them, even the Alabama, and even she saw what everybody else was doing. How would you feel? You down there with 100 folk and you seeing people come from South Carolina, Tennessee, Alabama, other parts of Georgia, and everybody's giving, and you see this thing building up real fast and you benefiting from it. Wouldn't you want to get involved too? It made sense that she wanted to start giving, but I was never going to tell that woman she had to give me anything. And if she tells you anything different, she lying for Dowell. I don't think she'll do it, but if she does, she lying for Dowell. And I'd be more than happy to get on here and show you the proof. Because the bank receipts can't lie. We will see the deposits on them days. And we can see how long she did it. We can look and see when she got moved there. We can look and see when they started. And we can look and see when they ended. Dowell shut that down. It ain't like she gave that for no 2-3 years, y'all. It was some months she gave that amount of offering she gave. That's it. Because she was never obligated. Even though she ain't a widow. She just a divorcee. She was never obligated. Let's go.
Oh, wow.
And I said last night, that ain't the way we do it, straight way. If somebody came up here and they gave us a $2,000 offering, they usually get back 80 at least 80. I would say they at least give half of that or up to 80% back.
That's a lie. Because, okay, y'all heard him say that, right? He was saying 80, and then he realized, like, I'm finna get myself in trouble with this lie. At least half. Okay, cool. Show everybody how much Mom Lily gets, and then show us you giving her half of her pension back every month, Dowell. Y'all remember I told y'all about elder abuse. I know Mom Lily, people don't understand. She retired at like 77, y'all, with a New York pension. Y'all know how much she getting a month? It's like over 10 grand. Dowell getting all that. You telling me he's giving Mom Lily back $5,000 a month? He's a liar. And guess what? Some of you should ask. Because he just told this sister that. That ain't how we do it a straight way. Anybody giving money. We talking about the elderly, right? It's not Mom Lily the elderly. It's not she the elderly. She's giving 10 times what Jaja gave. Dowell said you get at least 50% back. Show me 1 month where you gave Mom Lily $5,000 back. Show me 1 month. Show me. Just a liar, y'all. And you wonder when I use these words, abuse of elders. This is elder abuse. Sexually manipulated that woman and coerced, seduced that woman to move the straight way. Oh, I know the whole story. It's coming out, y'all. It's coming out. Michael Israel, wicked ass. It's coming out. Man, let's finish this crap. It ain't much left.
You understand what I mean? That's how we roll.
Oh, wow.
You understand what I mean?
It's different here in Cleveland.
See, because if they give, let's say if I got a brother, he brings home maybe
Do y'all know this man right now is talking about Brother Victor? He's talking about Brother Victor, y'all. Remember, I told you the time frame. That's Shabbat. You're going to hear him say, Shabbat Shalom, sis. So he's talking to her that Saturday. The meeting is the next day. The one where he had Brother Ray and Brother Victor get up. And you will hear him tell Brother Victor, brother, you get paid every other week, right? He said, no, I get paid every week. He said, really? He didn't even know. This example he given is Brother Victor. Listen to what he say, y'all.
And he gives me 800 and he keeps 800 for his family.
Yes, sir.
See,
He think Brother Victor getting paid twice a month, y'all, or twice, every other week, and he keeping one check and giving one check. And Brother Victor said, no, I get paid every week. I do give you a check, and then I keep the check the next week. See, Dowell was literally lying to this woman because he had been collecting a check from Victor every other week. And Victor had just been telling him, no, we good, Pastor, we good. I take out what I need for my family. We good. All the while, he was storing that money up, saving it so he can do what he needed to do. And you notice when Victor left, he didn't need shit from Straightway. He did the righteous thing and said, give me back that dowry that I gave you for my wife, because you definitely ain't. She ain't coming to you if something go wrong. And guess what? That dirty dog Dowell refused. Brother Victor, you need to sue him. You need to sue Dowell. And you got the paperwork on your wedding thing. You got it. That's all you need. And she is not his natural daughter. He in a lot of trouble, Brother Victor. You got to file the civil lawsuit against his ass, though. The civil complaint. He had no right even collecting that. Let alone not giving it back when you requested it. That's where he really gonna get in trouble. Yeah, you freely gave it, but he needs to freely give it back after you request it. He ain't gonna do it. Sue him, Brother Victor. Sue him. Let's go. This dude talking about Victor. Remember, I had told them in that meeting there were 4 families I know that was disgruntled. JC's family, Victor's family, Ray's family, and the Bells. 3 out of the 4 are gone. Was I lying or was Dowell lying? Because remember, he said, we happy here. Forced all the saints to get up and get that fake testimony. These fake testimonies about how Dowell is. Darn, poor elder, Deacon Doug, he had to shoot the thing 6 times to get it right. To please Dowell. Because he wasn't praising Dowell. He praised Straightway. He praised the brethren. He wasn't praising Dowell enough. So he had to do it again. Go over to Elder Kabir's channel if you want to see. Or Kabir's channel. I know Elder. Kabir's channel. Because I'm definitely finna get on him. I'm waiting on him. I can't wait till he open his mouth. He been very quiet. He gonna say something. And I'm waiting on him. Soon as he do. Thank you very much. This man talking about Victor. Don't even, just lying.
and I talk about it all the time. Saints need money. You can't go out there with $50 or $100 and expect people to be even living on the community. That ain't enough.
Why did Brother Jamie tell everybody that that's all you were giving them a month? And he had to take care of. And here's the thing. That's what all those other communities was doing. See, all them other communities, when they heard Dowell say that in that meeting, they all got scared. Because they talked to Brother Vernon and them, and they talked to Tim and them, and they realized, man, Georgia getting way more money than all these communities. Because here's the thing. Even though our allowance was $50 a week, it doubled anytime you brought in a check. Any decent check you brought in, it doubled. And you still took out of it. If you needed something, you still could take it out that check. And here's the beauty, though. In Georgia, no other community did this that I heard of. Everything was paid for. You didn't pay for your work boots. You didn't pay for your work clothes. You didn't pay for the gas in your car. You didn't pay for the food in your house. You didn't pay for none of that. The community did. So you literally have no bills. And you're getting anywhere from $300 to $500 a month. Stop. And them other communities knew it. And they were like, man, ain't no way. Kabir giving $50 a person a month? $50 a month? Man, come on. Them boogers was them communities were hurting like, hold on, Pastor Dow. If you expect us to do that, we'll never build. But we giving back 50% of what people bring in, we ain't gonna never build. We'll never be able to save enough money. And Dowell is just a bold-faced liar. I would love for somebody to go ask anybody that live on that land now how much money they getting back from what they bring in. Ask them saints that don't work off the land, how much are they getting? Ask them. I'd love to hear it.
Yes, sir.
How they do it? How does he do it in Cleveland?
The one pot system still.
Yeah, we do one pot.
As far as the allowance, we never had that conversation yet. As far as how much me and the children will be getting, but to my understanding, it's not a whole lot. And as far as shopping go, if I need anything, I just need to let Sister Sonia know what it is I need, and she go get it.
Well, all that's
How she go
going to change.
get it, out of which funds, that I don't know.
No, all that's going to change. Every bit of that's going to change because that ain't the way we run it straight way.
Now, here's the key. She said it's a one-pot system. You need something, let us know. We'll pick it up for you, right? And she said, I don't know where that money's coming from. It was coming from Elder Brent now. They didn't need the saints' money. He's a man that's well off. Obvious he didn't do. When the woman got the money, did she not tell you that the elder told her to hold on to it? This is the same elder that when these people that only have been living in his community for a few months, right? A lot of them, few months, 6 months, whatever. They wasn't open long. I think it was less than a year. Right? When they left, he gave all of them, any offering they ever gave, he gave it back to them. He gave it back. You want to talk about integrity. You want to talk about honor. Now, I understand 99% of us couldn't afford to do that. The other communities couldn't afford to give all. We couldn't do it. But he could, and he did it. But we the ones that's trying to be wicked and trying to manipulate the people. This is why Simon was upset. We gave the money to Elder Pastor Rufus down there to build for those saints, not for Dowell to come in the last minute and take all of it and control it. This is why they were upset. And they saw the play. And Dowell just told you. Man, I told all the leaders, what we need to do is go down there and get all them lands down there and put them in the name of the ministry. Because I can be trusted. I want to know if Sister Karen believes that Dowell can be trusted today. Well, it's obvious she don't, because she done sent them 3 letters asking for her money back. And instead of having a civil, loving conversation with this widow, guess what he's done? Put these audios out trying to smear her name. Trying to make it look like she's been talking negatively and bad about the Cragos. In the most hectic time in the ministry. Man, stop it. This dude's a dog. It's got like 30 seconds, y'all. Let's go. 30, 40 seconds.
Yes, sir.
That's just nonsensical. See, that's another thing. The reason why they all butthurt because they done been found with their hand in the cookie jar.
Yeah, because I mean,
want the
she
key?
took a lot of purchases that is unnecessary in my opinion. Right. In my opinion, because I don't need $8 lip gloss. But that's just my opinion.
All right, my sister, I'm going to let you enjoy Mr. Pot. And are y'all planning on coming up here tomorrow?
Yes, sir. Brother Demetrius said he's going to make sure I get there.
Y'all see why that wasn't hard to forgive? All the sister said is, I don't think people need to spend $8 on lip gloss. Ain't nothing. You think somebody finna fall out about that? See, Dowell would. Mir would. Corey Phillips would. Sis, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that in the heat of the moment when this is going on. When this man is making me feel like you and your husband has been lying to me. And I make a statement like this. This is easy to move on. So you can forget sowing discord between these true saints. These true saints. That's it, y'all. That is literally 2 seconds. It was finna hang up. So that's it. That is it. That is it. So what I want to do. Oh, they can't see y'all there. Go ahead, mother. Mother, you want to go out there? Okay. Yeah, they can't see y'all. So now I'm going to get back over here. Hold on a second, y'all. Hold on. I got to get back over here, get caught up. Because I told y'all I would give y'all, because I told you I wasn't looking at the chat room. But I will give y'all an opportunity to ask any questions about this that you may have. Now I got to look from my phone. So please help me out by putting a question mark or, something letting me know, question, whatever. But if you got questions, I got a few minutes and I will answer your questions in the chat about this. This is the sowing of discord. This is what sowing discord looks like. He literally went to this sister and sowed discord in a situation that had nothing to do with her. Why is a random sister at a Tennessee community being told about the intricate details of what's going on in the biggest situation in straightway history? Why is she being told? And there are leaders out here, there are elders and teachers out here that had no clue of what was going on at this time. They got their first taste the next day at this meeting with the Georgia Saints. So why is this sister privy to this information? Because Dowell wanted that money. He showed you at the end. You sold the house? Oh, you got the money? You got the money. Oh, how much is it, sis? Oh, okay. How much you get a month? Man, come on. This is why he sent her over there and put the bills in her name and knew you can afford it. You're getting $4,000 extra dollars a month on top of the $100,000 I left you with. He felt like he was benevolent to her, y'all. I left her with $100,000, a newer truck, and like he gave it to her. He literally believes like this is him giving it to her. He really believes he was benevolent to this sister. You got a newer truck, you got $100,000, and you getting $4,000 a month. Ain't got nothing to do with you. Praise y'all for her husband being able to leave something for his children since you tried to take it. They'll get it back. They'll get it back. Watch. So when did Brother Gideon and Brother Victor finally leave? Gideon hasn't left. I don't know who said that Gideon, but Victor left. It wasn't, when that video came out, Victor, I think Ray was the first one to leave within like a month. And Victor left right after that. You remember when Jordan left? When Sister Jordan left, that's Victor's wife, that's when Victor left. So these two men that he parade up here at this meeting saying that, oh, look at how we give. When they bring their money, they get 50, 80% of it back and blah, 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 blah. Why did both of them leave then? Remember, I told everybody, I told Mir and I told the leaders that was there at that meeting, 4 families, I'm told 4 families are disgruntled. They're not happy here. Dowell got back from Wisconsin. The first thing he did was go to those families and intimidate them. Then he got them up there in the meetings making them false statements. And guess what? 3 out of the 4 families are gone. And we all know why JC's there. I've been trying to spare my son. I really have. But I think he's going to make me go in on him too. I think he's going to end up making me go in on him too. I've been trying to spare him. I got great love for Brother JC and his wife. But he keep up with this nonsense, I'm going to have to go there with him too. Let me see if there's another question. Sister Sonia said, Sister Karen, Brent, and myself are completely good. I messaged her today and told her if Dowell's goal was to separate us now, he has failed. Karen is a sweet, sweet sister. We care very much for her. And did I not tell y'all that in my last video? Did I tell y'all that? That the Cragos still love all these saints. Didn't I tell y'all that? So Dowell, you failed again. And guess what? Then you passed on letting the people see that you're a hypocrite and a liar. Because you exposed a lot of lies in this video alone. I haven't talked to nobody. He's out here telling these brothers he shouldn't have said nothing to these brothers. He's being impressionable to these young men. He shouldn't have said a word. And you talking to a widow. You talking to a widow about this. That has nothing to do with it. I bet they all wish they would have stayed with Elder Brent when he gave them the option. I bet they all wish they would have stayed now. Guarantee they do. Let me see if there's another question in here. Rebecca, Sister Rebecca, she said, kind of ironic, Foghorn Pastor Master speaks of women as the weaker vessels that need a man over them, then takes money away from one that could be raising her family better with that money. That's a punk for you. Now you see why I use the word punk and sissy. That's what a punk will do and a sissy would do. And I mean what I say. And I would love to tell him in his face. I'd get real close. Give him a chance to grapple and grab me. I would. You a punk and you a sissy for taking that poor woman's money. You dog. I'd say it this close to his punk ass. Man, glory to the King. Trying to see if there's any more questions in here. Serious questions. How can anyone tell who has cakes when the women are covered? That's not a serious question. Man, that's not a serious question. Some stuff can't be covered. It don't have to. Listen to me. When you got big old breasts and a big old butt, you can't cover that. What you don't have to do is accentuate it like the clothes do today. Like it want to cinch up the big breasts so they look bigger and they sit up higher. Don't do that. The pants come in and they hug so the butt looks more shapely and formally. But when a woman just got big breasts and big booty, ain't nothing you can do about that, man. Ain't nothing you can do about that. See, I still took your question serious, though. I still took your question serious. Let's see if I got another question in here. Let's see. English that then. Okay, now then. Okay. What up, elder? This bank supporting. Man, what's up, Banks? Salute, my brother. Man, I appreciate the support, man. Share this stuff, Banks. All right? Share it, brother. Put this truth out there. People, man, there's so many people hurting in these churches out here, these wicked churches, man, these wicked religions. Share this stuff, man. You'd be amazed at the people that get blessed from this. You really would. You would be amazed. Share this stuff. See, it's hard to even ask questions because everything has been answered. All this stuff does now is confirm what most of you have been hearing for the last 18 months. That's it. It's just confirming what you've been hearing. It's bringing more clarity because now I can put this stuff out there. All about y'all's timing, y'all. Dollars low down, crooked. Just like those dirty televangelists buying jets. Yep. When the mansions come, y'all, it's over. It's over. He said it is, though. That's the purpose of covering up. Absolutely. Long flowing garments. But some butts are so big and some breasts are so big, you're just not going to be able to hide that they're big. You know, you're not. You're just not going to be able to hide it. So, someone told me Dowell was charging $140 to view this video. Do you think he posted this conversation for money? Oh, yeah. What he wants is the people that support over here in War Sheep and all these places, right, to pay to get this information. He's tried it multiple times, y'all. Every time it's failed because what he does is he puts it, I'm telling y'all to play. He puts it on Patreon because those are his paid puppets. And what he's trying to do is manipulate their minds because he knows the majority of them that's on Patreon, they're not going to come over here and watch one of my videos or War Sheep or something like that. They're not. They're only going to listen to Dowell. But here's the problem. If you're only listening to Dowell, all you know is what Dowell said. And y'all thanks the Father for Big Screen B. Because he really she really let everybody know how much of a hypocrite Dowell is. So when these people hear a video for 4 hours and they listen to it 2 or 3 times, then they come back and hear another audio tape and they hear things in this audio that don't match with what else do they have to compare it to? But they're going to say, man, he said in that 4-hour video, he was accusing Pastor Rufus of sowing discord because he told the brothers about what was going on. And he said he never spoke to anybody, and Pastor Rufus was wrong for telling those brothers what was going on. He should have kept it to himself. But he's telling his sister now. I'm listening to him talk to his sister. See, these people ain't as dumb as everybody think they are. So now they instantly have a grievance against Dowell. So now they're thinking in their mind, he lied about that. What else did he lie about? Because I questioned this. This didn't make no sense. Meaning the Holy Spirit was telling me, don't believe this. Now I got to look deeper into it. Then when you get 2, 3, 4, 5 things, you say, you know what? I got to talk to Dowell. Then when you talk to Dowell, you get this standoff disposition from him. And you already see he's sizing you up, thinking either you a helper to me and you giving a bunch of money and I'm going to try to act like I'm changing something to keep you, or you ain't adding a bunch of money and I'm finna get rid of your tail. So now you're trying to plot in your mind, how do I even have this conversation? How do I do it? How do I ask these questions without pissing Dowell off and him wanting to blast me in front of everybody and kick me out the ministry? This is the conflict, these people. And this is why, like the great Honorable Elder Brent said from the beginning, he said this the first day of this thing. He said, Pastor Rufus, this thing is going to be like a slow dripping faucet. And a little trickle here, and people going to be, and that's exact, in 18 months, well over half this ministry done left, well over half. And people are still leaving. He knows it. Remember what he said earlier, current circumstances. That circumstance is still current. And because he refuses to repent, because he refuses to make restitution, it's going to go down in a burning flame. Really, really sad. Really sad. Is it illegal to record a person without their knowledge? And then I think it is in certain states. You have to look that up. Dowell is good for that. I'm going to tell y'all right now, anybody having any kind of conversation with Dowell or somebody with Dowell, expect to be recorded. See, when you're telling the truth, though, you don't care about that. I haven't cared. I know people have recorded me. I'm talking about since I left and all that. I don't care. Because I'm not going to say nothing that I wouldn't say to these individuals to their face, or I've already done it. See, the truth, I don't have to remember that. It's just there. I don't have to remember it. See, these lies, you got to go back and forth and over. And this is why he's a hypocrite. He can't remember all these lies. Because don't forget, he still got personal problems going on in his life. His house is still in shambles. He still got a bunch of children around there. He ain't fooled me. I know exactly what's going on. Why do you think him and Randy want this stuff to come bad on me? Because they don't have it. They don't have the wives that love them the way mine love me. They don't have it. Because guess what? Especially Randy, if he did, most of y'all don't even know what Sister Toya looked like. Go show us one video that he got out of all them videos he got on his channel. Show us one video of Sister Toya. Show us anything with Sister Toya that he's proud of her, that he's putting her out here, that she's a Proverbs 31 woman working behind the scenes to make him a bunch of money. Show it to us, please. That's the same lie he tried to tell Melinda when he hoodwinked and lied and bewitched her to move there with him. Oh, she ain't cutting the mustard. She ain't cutting the mustard. So I'm gonna put you in her position. I'm gonna make you the first wife. Somebody tell me where that's biblical. This is what dogs think, though. And he told me. He himself told me. Oh, he made out in that situation. In that relationship, he made out like a fat cat because he got a new truck out of it. He got a computer out of it. He ran her credit cards up. He took all the cash that she had. He was laughing, y'all. And I hung the phone up with her. And honestly, that's the last time I spoke to Randy. Like on the phone or anything, that's the last time I spoke to him. You got a woman that just left you. And you bragging on the fact that you was able to run up her credit cards, get yourself a new truck, and get yourself a $3,000 computer with the money she brought. That this is a good business arrangement for you, a good business situation for you. And that laugh he got, y'all, he was literally laughing like that. And you wonder why the Most High did what he did to that wicked community that Randy got over there. I don't care if that boy make 1,000 videos about me. He got 27 people watching him, y'all. Y'all think anybody care? And all of them are there to mock him. All of them are there. See, this is the funny thing. He says that this is entertaining to him. The souls of saints, the manipulating and the abuse of the daughters of Zion, of the elderly, of the widows, of the orphans. He said this is entertaining to him. What he doesn't know is that he is the jack in the box. He's the entertainer. People are looking at him like entertainment. So sad. So sad. Glory to the King. I ain't seeing no more questions, y'all. Would it be wise someone pass on information that they know over to the authorities? Yes. And don't get me wrong. The authorities gonna come when the Most High tell them to come. They have to come because of the crimes that's being committed. But they'll be there in Yah's timing. Remember, Yah said, I will turn you over to your enemies. These men, especially like the dirty low down Dowell, think that I'm his enemy. He don't understand. They didn't turn Jesus over to his people. They turned him over to the religious relics of the world and the Romans. That's who he got turned over to. So sit back, y'all. Sit back. We've been watching and seeing whose side the Most High is on through this whole thing. Dowell been doing all he can. I mean, he working hard. Y'all remember how the wizard was back there working, y'all? Doing all of that, try to keep that curtain closed. Dowell doing the same thing. He's doing the same thing, y'all. Trying to keep y'all from seeing behind that curtain. Too late. The Most High finna rip and twain that thing. He finna rip and tear that thing. Watch. Hallelujah. Melinda told me that Randy refused to accept Vance as a son. He did, and had plans to put Vance in an institution. How could you do that to the sweet Vance? He's an idiot. He don't care. Vance is to Randy. Vance is an obligation to feed, but because of some of the challenges, he can't get the work out of him to justify the food. So he wants to get rid of him. That boy embarrassed Vance and Melinda in front of everybody at the feast because Elder Felix's son went to congratulate, because remember, they were all in fellowship out there in Jersey, y'all. So he saw Randy and then he wanted to congratulate him. He was like, oh, hey, I see you got your new wife and your new son. Randy looked at that boy because he's a teenager. He's like 16, 17. He looked at me and said, did that look like my son? That is not my son. Who told you that? While Melinda was standing there, y'all. Now, if I'm lying, Randy, because all Randy gonna say is, show the proof. Where's your testimony of it? That's just you saying it. That don't mean that happened. And guess what he gonna do? When it happens, he's already told people what he gonna do. When somebody do testify, he's already said, well, it does not benefit him to apologize. He said, how does that not benefit me? So if something like this come out, I'll just apologize and we'll move on. Randy is the lowest of the lowest, y'all. He is the snake of the snake. This is why he won't meet up with me, because he already knows what's going to happen if he meet up with me. He knows what's going to happen. This is why he talks over the internet and he stays what he thinks is hidden in his little place over there in Kentucky. He ain't hidden. He outside. Believe you me, he could get touched. Most High, watch how the Most High, I'm going to say it more specific. He can get touched by the Most High. He think that he can't be touched by y'all. Watch. Randy's day is coming, y'all. And here's the sad thing. It ain't going to be nothing to rejoice over. I'm going to have pity. I'm going to have shame. Like, man, this is sad that it got to this point, that y'all had to do this to this raggedy roach skid mark. Randy is the lowest of the lowest, y'all. I'm telling y'all, he is the lowest of the lowest. He way lower than Dowell. And I know that's hard to imagine, y'all. That dude way lower than Dowell. He is a New York City slicker. Ugh. Yep. All right, y'all. I've been on long enough. We're gonna. I've been on 3 hours. Yeah, I got other stuff to do. Bless y'all. Appreciate y'all. Y'all already know the routine. Please share this video. That's what I need more than anything. Share this video. If you hit the like button, I appreciate that. If you subscribed, I appreciate that as well. Please share this video. Share it to your YouTube channel in your post area. Share it to Facebook. Share it to Instagram. Share it to TikTok. Share it to X. I don't care. Put it wherever. And if you know somebody that's in one of these situations, one of these churches, especially somebody in straight way, man, test their love for you. Ask them, man, would you please just look at this one video, please, for me? If there's any love in your body for me, look at this one video. And if you get nothing from it, I'll never ask you again. Because you'll be sowing seed. See, Paul said, I plant and Apollos water. But see, the Most High is the one that's going to come and bring the increase from it. Just plant the seed is all I'm asking you to do. Hallelujah. Glory to the King. Woo. Oh, Israel. Oh, Israel. Hallelujah. Saints, love you dearly. I'm going to get up out of here. And unfortunately, y'all going to see me soon because I'm going to have to report some other stuff. I already know. That message I was telling y'all I'm going to do, I'm either probably going to do that Friday night or Saturday morning or something like that. I'm going to probably wait till the Shabbat. But I will definitely do that message. I did not forget it. It's burning in my spirit. Excuse me. I'm definitely going to still do that message that I told y'all I'm going to do. So it'll be coming out here soon. But let's sit back and watch how these flying monkeys try to sow more discord and not answer these allegations. Because you know they're not going to answer the allegations. All they're going to do is try to move the goalposts and try to deflect you from looking at the fact of the matter is that they're illegal dogs. I told y'all they're illegal and they're unlawful. Y'all going to definitely deal with them. Bless y'all. Love y'all, saints. Stay encouraged. Shalom, shalom, shalom.